Kool-Aid cameras like I did when I was 9, 'cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple 'cause it feels like a lie. We'd play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, 'cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. Months go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. Years go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime.
Welcome to a sweaty Saturday. You're joining us intentionally or unintentionally for the Nate Starley Collegiate Series Fortnite, or featuring Fortnite Split 2 Championship. We'll come up with an acronym for that by the end of the show. But I am here to introduce the game. I'm Doc Haskell. This is Cosby Pancakes, which is Tom Cosby short for help. I'm down. We're playing together as a duo. Now, as we get into this, we saw some crazy stuff last week. What was the difference between teams 1 and 2 and, say, team 6?
Well, it was interesting because we saw a big cross-section between those that were in the top 3 to top 5. They were getting big eliminations. They were usually top 3 in the game, those in the standings. And then around the 8, 9, 10 mark, we had individuals who were just holding out. They weren't really going for eliminations. They were just hiding until they could get to those higher points in the game. So I guess when we think about it, there's a big difference between those who are going for those eliminations, those who are taking those battles early on, and those who might just be bush camping, which is totally okay. I mean, we saw a couple of teams who made it pretty high there.
Strategic engagement, if you're joining us right now, for victory equals 25 points in elimination 1, all the way down to 17th place. So seeing which of these squads was still going to be in that leaderboard and get some points other than eliminations was always part of it. And there were some teams performing today that maybe didn't even get above that points cut last time. But there were some fantastic schools doing exactly that. Namely, we had University of Nevada, Reno. We're just going to call them Nevada. They really came out of the woodwork, but they would say they did. Statics and Juno, they did a great job last week. Of course, we had some folks from a number of other schools. Akron in the top 5, Bushnell in the top 5. Great groups, and Kennesaw finishing it out even at 8. These were some fantastic performances, but will it be the same this week? Minor changes to the game as we push into this, mostly cosmetic. Anything you think you're going to see really go?
Well, I hope people are wearing deodorant because it is going to get very sweaty.
So sweaty. That is the truth.
Now, I think it'll be interesting to see if those schools that were initially pretty aggressive in taking those fights early on are going to do the same, and if it's going to work out for them this time, if people will be expecting it, if maybe other teams will get loot faster, because we saw a couple of games, I think it was game 4 and 5, that those higher ranked teams were getting out pretty early, and maybe because they weren't taking fair fights, or they were taking fights that weren't exactly in their favor, and it cost them the game. So
cost them the game. That's being strategic. Maybe not the fairest state strategy, but
it worked for them.
It allowed that they almost made top 10.
Riveting gameplay too.
Riveting gameplay. I'm sure that the observers are going to follow them as we get into this game. Now, as for you, what's going to be the dividing line this game? Is it going to be drop location? Is it going to be the fast fights? Is it going to be there was some complaints about stalking last time. Guess what? If you telegraph where you're going to drop.
It's true. Yeah, that's definitely true. I think it's going to be the difference between as we saw a lot of schools doing last time, they weren't dropping in named locations, they were dropping near named locations, trying to stay out of those fights early because they probably knew that there were other schools that could take them out pretty quickly.
Yep.
But it is going to be probably loot routes is a huge one, knowing where those chests are going to be. There are some of those mythic items that will mean the difference if you can get to them quickly. You got the MK, you got those vault weapons. Now with the inclusion of the new vault sort of season thing within, I think it's Eclipsed. You have the Kenjutsu blade is back, which I always thought was one of the best mobility items in the game. And so getting those kinds of things may turn the tide. As we saw, there were some teams who were even taking gray items if they were better than, if you found a blue AR, a blue Havoc suppressed AR,
right.
People would rather take a gray twin mag because they know it does more DPS. So, knowing what works best for you and what you're the most used to, I guess.
Okay. Well, as we get ready to drop in here, I think we're going to see some of the same teams. Hopefully no one's done a major name change this week. We're going to try to do the best we can. But honestly, at this point, it is the Juno and Statics game from UNR. Nevada led the lobbies pretty much after the second lobby. They led the whole day. They didn't have to do nearly as much, be nearly as aggressive. Oh, I violated in 5 or 6 last time. But there's a lot on the line for this one, a lot of prizing. And thank you for those of you who are here to see it. It's going to be a really, really cool thing. This is split 2. Okay, as we get one more look at the folks on the board, that is Statics and Juno from UNR, who finished the strongest last time. Of course, we've got Sorkinson and Sin. Spork, I'm sorry. We just called them Spork and Sin last time, right?
Yeah.
Really, they only ended up with 1 map win, but they were second a couple of times. They got some really high points. And of course, if you're going to win 3 maps out of 6, you're probably going to take home the top spot, Nevada. Yep. But we'll see. We'll see if Blues Run Patty can get there. That's Patty Mahomes.
Yeah.
Patty
I think
Mahomes,
so.
Duxie and Busa. They were in the mix quite a lot. Perksy and Somatics. And of course, quite a few of the other ones. Becker and Kick, Twaddle and Rinder, Freeze and Lacey. And don't add us in chat saying, I like to pronounce that Busa.
We're doing our best here.
We're doing our best.
When you slap 3 X's on the front and 3 X's at the end,
Yep.
it's a
All right.
crapshoot.
So, as we look at one of your absolute favorite maps, tell us why this is a prime drop location.
Oh man. So I would say it used to be I used to be a heavy Kenjutsu crossing dropper. Now this is going to be on the left side of the map. This is one of the island areas. Or wait, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to see the map in my mind. This is not a bad place to drop if you know where the chests are going to be. Back in the season in which all of these POIs came out, there was a mobility item. I called it the Kenjutsu blade. It was basically a samurai sword.
Yeah.
It was for mobility. And they spawned heavily in this area. And so if you could get one of those early on, you basically secured a infinite renewable mobility for the rest of the game. So that's where I used to drop. And it has since kind of been pushed to the side as those other POIs have come out, but it's not a bad place to drop.
It's still not a bad place to drop for a couple of reasons. One, it's got quite a bit of high differential so that you can drop. If you drop by coast, you can get a quick early loot there. There's 2 chests usually down there by the waterfront, sometimes on a boat, definitely always in the building, and some other pieces. But you don't have direct line of sight, so you might drop without visibility. There are some places you can jump off to break line of sight if you're getting chased pretty heavy early. It's a good place for a number of reasons. It's on the outskirts of them. It's not the hottest drop. You're going to be able to loot up a little bit. You're not going to get those quick 2, 3, 4 eliminations straight away.
It's true, and you're on the edge of the map, so you're kind of staying out of trouble.
Yep.
Not being too hot. As we've seen in a few of the other games that were played recently, there was quite a few third partying. So you want to be cautious of those things, and dropping on the edge of the map is definitely not a bad idea. And in these areas specifically, the more Japanese-inspired areas, there's a lot of good structure, especially those rooftops are easy to jump on, peek over without showing you to the enemy and being able to see kind of where people are at, scope it out a little bit. So it definitely is a good place to drop, and you got good cover if you need to get away. So.
Is anyone going to fish today?
I would love to see it. I would love to see either the augment of some people fishing or just a good old-fashioned fishing pole in someone's inventory.
So we'll just throw this out to to the tournament organizers. I don't have the authority to make this worth a point, but if we catch you on camera fishing, maybe they get a point.
Maybe. Hey,
maybe
we'll
they get
see.
a point. We'll see. Well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but that probably couldn't be counted in your final score, but I don't know.
In our who's the winner to us?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Because that obviously matters.
Maybe we'll do the fish top 10. Okay, so you just mentioned it, third partying. It's definitely part of the game. But as a gaming sin, where does it rank on the scale of, say, screen peeker to plays on alt account as soon as they get eliminated and just grabs a controller, say, from their wife?
Well, I would say I'm a kind of a guilty third partier because I know how mad it makes me when people do it to me. There's those kinds of gaming cardinal sins that when they happen to you, it makes you really angry, but you also tend to do it too, and that kind of perpetuates it. I would say third partying, it's kind of a necessary evil. It's strategic, obviously, so you're taking fights that you know that you can win. In fact, I was just playing the other day and lost to a third party. There was one person hiding and jumped out at the end and killed the last two remaining solos that were in the game. So it kind of like, it's definitely strategic if you're planning those engagements. If you know they don't have shield, you know they can't get whites back, you could take those fights, get really quick kills, and steal them.
Yep. So quite a few people have joined us in the interim here. We're about ready to go into map 1 here. Just a reminder, the scoring system per team is 1 per elimination, not per down, but per elimination, and 25 points for the win, all the way down to 17th, which is 1 point. There are some jumps of a couple points each time, okay? Getting ready to jump in here. It's looking stormy on the horizon. We're going to see these teams get into it big time. Be interesting to see who we follow early on, but we'll get the list rocking and rolling very fast. Do we think we're going to see some sweaty farms drop?
I think so. As we noticed, I think it was either this season or the last season, there was an introduction of, I call them the Recon Tower, which will give you a storm sight that will show you the next available storm while the next one is closing. So you can kind of plan where you're going to go, and some of those are in very strategic places. There's one really close to the farm. So that's a good place to go. You can also get a good weapon from it. You can get some slurps from it. So I haven't seen, at least, I'm sure that people have done it, but I don't know if we've seen anyone do it.
Dropping in, Toxic Hackman is the first group here that we're jumping in with. And it looks like 43 teams made the start here. 43 are still active, swinging away.
He doesn't want those bananas. Doesn't want to carry those. But you see them getting these quick materials as they're kind of going. This is pretty close to the middle of the map. It's near the ruins and pretty close to the. This is the gas station right next to the farm. Just looting up here, kind of taking what they can. This is the first time I've seen anyone carry that new DMR, because I mean, I put it on my tier list, but I guess it's not as good as I thought it was. And we also saw in this new update, this Halloween update, the introduction of a new mobility, which is the Witch's Broom, which I believe is pretty similar to the Nimbus Cloud.
Ooh, yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah. So that's a pretty good one.
Gas station, looking around for folks. These are just items on the ground. Door open. Did they open that door? Or is
I think they did. Maybe their duo partner did. Maybe just some window shopping, seeing what's there.
Opportunity for an upgrade. Would you, at this point in the game, it's so loud, would you try to drop in a less occupied area and capture a POI and wait for that loot drop to come?
I think I'm the type of person that tends to drop hotter because I feel like, if I can get good enough weapons, then I can usually take most of the engagements that I come across, but that's obviously a flawed method of thinking as I lose the majority of the games that I play. But yeah, it's interesting to see that those POIs don't really grant as much loot as expected, because as we've seen from a lot of these teams just going around on the outskirts of places and where they're not even near named locations, they're still getting good loot from those. So is it even advantageous to drop in those locations or to just show up unannounced later to pick up that recon tower like I mentioned before?
Yeah, that recon tower is super helpful. So we're still looking at Toxic and Jacob right here. They're doing really nice prep Oh, good switch out there. But to your point, going for, I mean, what the shotgun there specifically? Had an opportunity, dropped a much higher profile weapon for one that just does more damage over time.
Yeah, he had a blue DMR and dropped it for a gray Havoc suppressed, and then that, that's kind of the methodology that we were talking about before, that if you're more experienced with the weapon or you understand its playstyle, its fire rate, its accuracy when prone and not moving, it's even better than some of those blue or even purple weapons if you know how to use it well. Over now to, looks like Leaky Squash and Cloudy Troy. It looks like this is the first time I've seen anyone carrying that ice wall, and I feel that it's primarily because I play primarily no builds, so you see a lot of ice wall in the no builds because you can't really do anything else with that. But it doesn't look like Leaky has any materials and that might be why they're carrying this ice wall. But not a ton of loot so far. You see a lot of people carrying these witches' brooms. It's a long cooldown, but it is a very quick escape, and it even destroys some structure around you if you need to use that to your advantage.
How do you compare it to the rocket ram?
Oh, the rocket ram. I have a love-hate relationship with the rocket ram. It'll do if you don't have any mobility, but it is not good for getting out of fights. I would say it's better for getting into fights because it is a very long animation before you actually launch. We saw a few teams last time that were struggling to get away from a team pushing them that got killed during that animation because it just takes too long to get away. So
Leaky doing a nice job to hit the water there of staying mudded up to avoid any thermal detection there. Helpful in that case. They've got some pizza. Looking pretty good here. So we've lost some teams. 37 teams remaining, 71 total players of 86. Might be able to tell you in a moment who has been eliminated.
I was watching Kill Feed briefly, but no names have. None of those top names that I remember have stuck out so far. But.
Well, Tima on the sticks was one of the teams eliminated. Droids, it's Avis together. Sun, Vita, Big Brain Boy, struggling to get that big brain working, finishing 39th with Creeper. Mad C and Sintra already watching this. Maybe this needed a quick snack break. And of course, Tima on the sticks and Slick.
Now that's the one thing I didn't actually talk about much, but what I love about the Witch's Broom, I don't know how much you've used it, but like the Nimbus Cloud, you can choose when you come out of it. So you're not locked into an animation until you hit the ground, like some glider animation where you can't redeploy and get close to the ground. If you want to, you're high up in the air, you can cancel the animation and fall straight down and be able to access your inventory again and not take any fall damage. So it's really nice. Looks like we might have a few people close to each other here as Omar the Legend and RU Logan are capturing this point, scan some chests around them and see if there's anyone close. I did see another person fairly close, probably going to stay out of an engagement this early on, but just working on getting that loot up. Yeah, it looks like IES Scratch back there wanted to stay out of trouble, hopefully.
Opportunity, they looted that there. Okay, as we start to see, there's almost nobody around the map. They're isolated.
Not a lot of
This is
fights
back
there.
to Toxic. Jacob. That's skin. That's
pretty
all
cool
right.
skin.
That's all right.
It's another element of this game that I really enjoy, especially with season.
Yeah.
Able to see the combinations of what they rock and though Fortnite says, Epic Games says, there's no advantage, I've been scared to take a fight because of somebody's skin.
Oh, absolutely.
So there's an intimidation factor.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
so part of that intimidation factor is it that it is still early in a season and they've got some of the unlockables.
Yeah, that's true. Or as we just saw with Toxic, Toxic has a backbling from season 2. So you know that they've been playing for a really long time. And obviously that doesn't always mean that they're incredible.
Yeah.
I.e. me, I have the same backbling and I'm constantly placing 13th, but but it, there is intimidation to be done, obviously with like you got, yeah, you're totally right. With skins that are high season pass and the season just came out, you think, oh my gosh, they probably win every game that they play, or they figured out an XP hack. But
Jacob working the map, working the inventory, sharing a little bit here, trying to maybe coordinate how they're going to take this, sitting still while they do it.
seeing some strategic engagement again.
Yep, strategic engagements. They've got another squad just off a little bit to they're pinging here, but off to the southeast of their location currently. Trying to decide if there's another one closer. They don't have the benefit of the mini map that shows everybody like we do. Getting close to the next storm. It's about to start moving. Here we go. Storm 3 on the move.
Oh, looks like we got some teams close together here in the middle of the map.
Darkfire and
Near
Lomar.
the ruins area. I hope we see some fighting come out. We haven't even caught an engagement yet. I have seen a few in the kill feed, just watching. Looks like they're getting pretty close. Do they know that each other is there? That's always what we don't know is, are they aware of each other? And are they just purposefully staying out of it, or are they completely none the wiser? But it is interesting to see how different the play style is when you introduce building. Like I said, I'm primarily a no-builds person because I'm not that good at building, so I find it a little bit easier. But as we scan across the horizon, you can see a few teams in the distance, on the treetops, on some cliff edges there.
Surprising number of people just playing it safe at this point.
I think a lot of the teams have learned their lesson about trying to take those engagements early on and staying away.
These are not your
June.
average lobbies.
Yeah, it's true.
These
It's
are
very true.
not your average lobbies. These are tournament lobbies. Everybody who's here, even the teams that get eliminated the first, probably win lobbies on a regular basis.
It's true.
Again, some strategic engagement. Still no fishing, but that's okay. We'll give them time to really settle into what their play style is going to be. The early look at this play style. Oh, we got some eliminations up there. And we see Spork and Sin doing some damage to some folks up there. They've eliminated Yahoo and another one, Ho-Ho, excuse me. Ho-Ho 2K and Ho-Ho 2K. Oh,
It was a down.
that was down
There
in
was
the
a knock
third.
in the
Okay.
third, yeah. Interesting. Oh, now we're seeing some, as we mentioned before, there's so many factors that go into your play style. You know, you become accustomed to how you move throughout the map. Obviously, we just saw, you can see on the edge here, it looks like they've got all of their augments already in. And we saw Soaring Sprints. We see the Witch's Broom, which decreases that cooldown, which is pretty nice. When you're in a bush, we call this the poor man's Bush Warrior, because there used to be an augment that if you were in a bush, you would gain health and partial shield. But now they've kind of made it into two augments where if you're covered in mud, you'll regain health and partial shield. And if you're in a bush, you will become covered in mud. So you can use those. We call it the poor man's Bush Warrior. Oh, looks like.
Okay.
Now that's interesting. Is they brought a truck with them.
Blake and Sigma up there.
Just a quick getaway if they need to.
Need to.
Pretty smart keeping a line of sight.
Yeah, jumping around.
they can.
Both trying to get visibility, but also maybe try to attract a little attention, see if they can't get someone to pick a fight with them.
Very interesting.
Super 99 goes down. That was unfortunate. I think that's the full team wipe for them.
Over to Twigsy and Undreamt. Again, we've seen a lot of strategic engagement here, or strategic disengagement. As we see a lot of these teams are kind of trying to figure out what they're going to do here. We saw a Rig jump down for that island, which should be interesting. See if people go for it. Now the island is interesting as well because it is a very hot location. You see a lot of teams trying to go for it because it gives you good line of sight across the entire map. You're really high above everybody, and it drops some pretty good loot too. You can get that. I believe it's a legendary. Oh, what's that shotgun called? That new one. Legendary shotgun up there.
Legendary
which is
shotgun.
Pretty good. I'm trying to remember. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank now.
Twigsy and Undreamt here. Coming into a place they appear to be the first.
Seems that Twigsy doesn't have any mobility yet. They're considering picking up these shockwaves, really considering. Okay, there we go. I think that mobility is probably one of the most important factors. Obviously, you got to know how to build. This might be. Is this a no build? I'm not sure if it is or not, because I haven't seen anyone build and I haven't seen anyone going for materials.
No. This is straight up.
Are we sure?
We're not. But you're right. I mean, that it's surprising.
I'll be curious to see if we actually do see any building, because we saw though that teammate that team that was on the hilltop there with the truck, they hadn't built any structure up there. You know, in the previous tournament we saw a lot of those teams kind of turtling. They were getting to a good spot and they were hunkering down.
Yep.
And now we see a lot of these teams. I don't like the term bush hiding because I feel like it's primarily negative, but I haven't seen any building so far. So we may be in a no builds tournament here.
Sulpan famously would call that a bush Wookie. You'd hide, somebody would walk by, and you just kind of get out and get them and scare them to death. Twigsy and Undreamt, both from University of Pittsburgh at Greensburg. Pittsburgh, Greensburg. Just rolls off the tongue that way. Pittsburgh, Greensburg. We're just going to call him Pitt.
I would love to just take a peek into their comms and see what they're talking about.
Statics with another elimination up there on the cube. Oh, and another thirst and an elimination.
Oh, there's a team out.
Scratch goes down.
Scratch and Veggie Kid.
And that's Texas A&M Corpus Christi that just went out. Good job to them for making as far as they did. We're not quite at the points yet.
Oh, we may see an engagement here. Looks, Spork and Sin.
Here we go.
We know them to be textbook thirsty and textbook sweaty, so they were trying to get that team that was in the truck, but
look in there. It does not show the icon on there, but they're certified thirsty. Okay, Sin and Spork looking for another one.
They definitely know Black Reaper is up there, and I think that they're going to take him out quick. Does not look like they have their teammate anymore, so this might be a quick engagement.
St. Bonaventure, they engage up there.
Ooh, a knock on Sin. Oh, a thirst on Sin. And Black Reaper's out of there. He did his job, and in the air.
No.
Spork just has that laser aim. You can't even trust mobility to get away. Some of these people are just so good at clicking heads.
And Black Reaper, St. Bonaventure University, going up against our folks here.
Doing well. Good job staying as long as they could, but not enough to make it to that 17. We got 26 teams left, 46 players total as we go into Storm 5, as Storm 5 is closing. Teams just trying to get in, trying to make what they can. As we talked about this last time, there's a lot of... we get a little lag there. Don't love that.
This is slipped right here from Wayland Baptist University. Wayland Baptist team's still going strong. Bomb, his teammate.
That kill feed. Looks like Nash took out 3.
Goodness.
I saw 3 from Nash just a moment ago.
That'd be a St. Clair College. Remember St. Clair from the last one? They did really, really well. But Iona and Nevada are the schools who have been at the top of this, and we've seen them lighten up the kill feed all day. Little Storm Surge hide right there for a quick...
Let's try to get a storm peak here. Just riding on the edge of storm. I mean, like I said, we talked about this before, but as the storm closes, obviously it gets a lot more interesting. It's pushing those players together, forcing them to have fights when they don't really want to.
Yep.
But it is very interesting to see the difference in the play style between a builds and a no builds game. Like I said, we still haven't seen any builds come out yet. So I believe this to be a no builds game.
I think you're right. They're just playing.
Yeah, they're using a lot of, you'll see a lot of people carrying these porta bunkers for quick, quick cover. Slipped getting, doesn't know where it's from though. That's not great.
And this is the Akron duo. This is the Akron duo coming in here. They've got Akron. They heard our request.
It looks like we've got, I think, 4 or 5, maybe 6 duos all right next to each other, just hiding. They're not quite ready to take these engagements yet, because you can't rely on builds in this. You can't rely on how fast you can edit, as we saw a lot of those teams doing last time. You gotta kind of focus on the area that's around you, what cover you can use, cover that's not destructible. I usually call it land cover, cover that people can't shoot through or destroy. So you gotta rely on those things and that high and low, getting that higher ground.
And Syndicate in chat asking, do they know it's a zero build tourney? Syndicate, how dare you?
We kind of pieced it together.
How dare you? Yeah, but thank you for that.
I appreciate that.
That's some good stuff. You know what? I mean, I was still just so locked into the builds. Those tight 90s. But honestly, this is some of my absolute favorite time to play.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like Spork and Sin back together. That means he got that reboot somewhere a little bit off screen. Oh, Juno and Static's not far away. This could be huge. Ladies, gentlemen, others. If they can come in there in third party and they can eliminate Juno and Statics, they're
interesting.
Yeah, they're out.
Getting out of there.
They're out. That was a nice shared use of that. They're going to go right to the Storm Surge edge.
Ooh, Sigma's not going to try to let them get away, though, as they're... You see that ice wall? It comes in handy in this no-builds tournament. You just got some quick cover. And I think Statics and Juno probably realized that there was another team on the hill, that they may have been third party, that they tried to take that engagement. They weren't necessarily low on health or shield, but they kind of knew going into it that they could get third party. You see some shots flying past the camera here as Sigma is shooting. We're not sure if it's Statics and Juno, but they're riding on the edge of Storm there. So we might see some... Oh, Cloudy Troy taking some fire in the air as they jump up to this next platform. As they're shooting, and Cloudy Troy goes down. That was an
Southern
kill.
miss.
They are out of the game now.
Okay.
This storm forcing people closer together. Juno and Statics again on the edge. I slipped, and Da Bomb also riding on the edge of the storm there. Sigma's not in a great spot on the lower edge of this hill. There's a lot of fighting going on down on this cliff edge. Logan goes down. We're seeing a lot of knocks in this area. Ooh, Luz is down. Sigma's down. Omar goes down. Omar is dead. Or sorry, eliminated.
Eliminated.
Not my bad.
Thank you. I'm gonna hold you to that all day.
Sin is stressed out underneath here.
Nash goes down. Ooh. Having a good game. They're gonna get some points out of that.
Couple kills from
Callie. Patty.
Yep. Sports
Blues Row. Yeah, we mentioned some of those schools right at the top from Patty.
Getting intense. See, you don't want to be in the air for too long, as Sin just discovered. Almost all of their health and shield goes down. Luckily, their teammate had a slurp for them. We love that.
We do.
We love a teammate that shares. Sharing is caring in this game.
Yes, it is.
Now, one thing we didn't discuss a lot with no builds, there's even another attribute that kind of alters the gameplay a little bit. There is an overshield in no builds. So there is a maximum health of 250 instead of the 200 in builds. Twigsy taking some fire on the other side of that reboot van. As we jump into, it looks like Storm 8 is just about to close and force people closer together. Statics with 5 eliminations, Juno with 2. Only 11 teams left, so we're getting some points now. People on the board with only 15 players remaining as Storm 8 is just about to close. Luz might not make it out of this storm. Storm should be about a 5 to an 8 tick at this point. Oh, we got another. Looks like Black Reaper just went down. Another kill secured for Juno. Do they know that there is someone in the leaf pile right in front of them? I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
Twigsy just trying to stay, or Sporty Jam trying to stay out of trouble. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. A quick push. Not able to make anything come from it, though.
Now, Tayo that ended up getting that elimination there. Patty doing another one on Owen.
Ooh, a quick shield break for Statics. Not able to make too much come from it, but...
The Ashland University Blues Row against Armor there, staying in it.
Statics looks a little trapped down there.
A&M, Texas A&M eliminated, but they're in the points, down to 5 teams.
Ooh.
8 players remaining. That means there are 3 singles by my math. Oh, this is a tough spot with nothing to build. You're trapped on the underside of this. You got to run through the storm. It is traveling across that, unless you've got some other kind of mobility.
Patty with 5 elims and Buitra with 5, or sorry, Patty with 6. Is Busa going to be able to get out from there? Okay, they got good mobility, but like we said, you don't want to be in the air for too long. This is, we do see that Kenjutsu blade, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, coming out. It's a good mobility.
I think you might have inspired it. Last port thrown down on the ground here.
Subliminal messaging is what we'll call it. Oh, looks like a knock on Duxie is down. Oh, Sin is down. Patty is down. That is a quick finish to the game. We've got Blues Row taking out the last player. That was an incredible game. That team alone, 14 eliminations.
And as we get ready, oh, you caught us sitting.
No, we weren't. What do you
We weren't. No, we weren't.
We
sitting.
just tripped.
Yeah, we stand the whole time. We stand for you. That was pretty impressive. The top teams. I think even though we saw Long Beach in there, we saw Iona in there. Even though those teams, even though Nevada didn't end up with the absolute win-win, they were all within 10 points of each other. My guess is they had way more eliminations. We'll take a look at the scoreboard in just a couple of minutes. After game 1, it's no build. What are you changing if you're a team that didn't get the win this time?
I think we saw quite a few teams that weren't carrying any sort of deployable cover. Obviously, we saw a lot of porta bunkers. We saw a lot of ice walls. Ice walls are nice because it's infinite, it recharges, and it's a pretty low cooldown. So we saw a lot of those coming out in endgame. I know that there were some teams that didn't have any. And then also having, honestly, in my opinion, 2 forms of mobility, because you got the Witch's Broom, which I believe is a 20-second cooldown. So if you're, as we saw just previously, if you're on the edge of that cliffside and you can't get up to get out of storm because your broom is still cooling down, it might be nice to have another shockwave or something to get you up there. So maybe 2 forms of mobility, some deployable cover, and then maybe 1 or 2 guns. I guess if that's important.
5 slots. How are you breaking this out for this next group? I mean, so something's got to be healing.
Yeah.
Right? What are the other 4?
So I think that's the beauty of a duos tournament is you can have people carrying, one teammate carrying the deployable cover and one teammate carrying all of the, maybe some pizza, a pocket full of pizza, if you will. I would say I would probably carry, regardless, I think both teammates should carry 2 forms of mobility because you got to be able to rely on one when the other's cooling down or you run out of one. And then maybe a shot. I think a shotgun is imperative. Probably the Sharp Tooth is what we've seen a lot of teams carry.
Yeah.
Which is just a quick headshot. You can take over shield down very quickly. So honestly, maybe 2 guns, maybe a health item, and 2 mobilities is what I would go with. Yeah.
Okay. So that you can get into that final 10, final 5,
Yeah.
and get the points up there so that you finish in the money. Okay. So we have 1 down here. We've got some winners. We've got some folks who just want to make it into the points. Again, maybe there's an opportunity for a fishing experience caught on. Okay, you're not going to get anything for that. Don't do that. Focus on your win condition. But you mentioned something that I think was really, really valuable, which is I've heard that this is a good strategy.
Yeah.
Take fights in unexpected places where your opponents are either unprepared or they don't expect it.
That sounds that sounds a little too close to some Doc's keys of the game.
I've heard. They're out there. Never take a fair fight.
True.
We saw some of that, right? We saw some of that. We also saw quite a bit of hiding out just to hang on a little bit longer. And there's actually some strategic value if you don't think you can win engagements and you might be up against Patty. You might be up against the Iona squad or the Long Beach squad. You might be in one of those just to kind of hang out, let the kill feed tick by a little bit and like, okay, all right, let's go.
Yeah, saving your ammo, saving your mobility, saving your deployable, structures for that final fight. But it always gets so tricky at the end there when the storm is moving.
Yeah.
So you can't really hunker down in one spot, even if you do have a deployable cover. So it kind of shakes things up a little bit, forces people to get close to each other. We saw in the previous tournament a lot of editing, a lot of wall up, wall down, quick
Yeah.
in, quick out. And so it's interesting to see how it's changed in this as we were on one of those, the edge of that cliffside. There was about 4 or 5 people that were all right next to each other, couldn't get away. They just had to take that fight. You had
Right.
to do what you got to do, try to click that head as fast as you can. So
Exactly. Now, for those of you who, who've been playing this game for just a couple of years, back in my day, the storm just got smaller and smaller and smaller until it was the size of one person. It didn't move around. And the game was still in black and white back then. We played them all on our ColecoVisions and our Atari 2600s, right?
And that's when they only had like muskets in the game, right?
The only muskets.
Primarily black powder muskets.
Black powder muskets. Okay, so we've got an updated scoreboard here for you. Blues Room Patty says placement 25, but I think they were in. We'll correct some of these numbers.
I believe that's 25 points for the placement.
Because they won.
Yeah.
Okay. And that would be University of Nevada again. No, excuse me, that's not University of Nevada. Blues Room Patty, specifically Long Beach. And they were denied. No, I think they had 1 win last time. So maybe this favors them a little bit more. Maybe they're just a little bit more gunslingers than that. Who else pops out on this one?
It's really interesting to see that Sin and Sport don't have more eliminations. It may have been 3 and 3 or 2 and 4, but as we see, if we go down that list, it looks like Nash and Tayo with 11 eliminations, but weren't able to place quite high enough. But Sin and Sports just getting up to second place puts them in second here. So, taking those fights and getting those eliminations might turn the tide, but it looks like in the case of basically 4 on, it didn't make enough of a difference with that point deficit.
All right, Chad, it's your time to jump in and tell us who you think is going to win round 2. If so, maybe there's a prize. Maybe. I don't want to commit to something like that. But as we get ready to jump into map 2, the folks that could win this might very quickly be outpaced if we find they might be outpaced if they're just not taking enough fights, right? If they're being a little bit too safe, it might favor somebody who's going to really put it out there.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that there wasn't that close of a difference between the top 2 last time. It was about, I want to say, a 14-point difference between first and second place in the last tournament. And so, but those eliminations will start to add up, as we saw a lot of the points from those lower teams that weren't placing as high in the context of the game, but placing higher in the tournament because of those eliminations that they've got. And then we also saw the inverse. Teams that weren't getting a lot of eliminations, but were regularly placing top 10 because they were strategically staying out of the way,
Well, we see some schools that we recognize at the top of this. Not to be forgotten, Wayne State, Blues Row and Sporty, ended up in 8th place overall. They got 13 points for that. But look at, so 5 points in the placement for Nash and Tayo. They had 11 eliminations.
Yeah.
Where Wayne State, Luz and Sporty, only had 1. They just hung around. In the end, your ability to fight is going to really help you finish high in this tournament.
It's true, yeah.
So Pitt with a good showing. I think we're going to continue to see them hanging around.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see this. It looks like we're going through Sanguine right here. Just a quick, beautiful fly through. We love our spectators.
Yes.
They're so good at what they do.
This
But
is
yeah, you're
nice
totally
one.
right. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Nash and Tayo, that would probably be, so 5 points for placement would probably be like 14th or 15th
14th
maybe?
or 15th, yeah.
And then the eliminations made all the difference as they're top 5 right now.
Okay, it is time for the hot drop. Going into 2 of 6. Game 2 of 6. Right now at the top of the leaderboard, you've got Nevada, Iona, CS, Long Beach. And as the chat said, Long Beach always shows. I think that needs to be on a t-shirt. You need to send me that t-shirt. Long Beach always shows.
Let's root for the underdogs. Who are our underdogs in this case?
Honestly, if you're not named Nevada or Iona, I think you're an underdog.
Underdog.
Accurate. It's going to be interesting to see. Lots of rumors about the oldest map in the game coming back for a brief appearance in the next season.
I'm very excited about that. Fortnite OG should be a lot of fun. I did hear that there may be some other changes, like the removal of tactical sprint, which a lot of players have become used to. There was a rumor for a brief time that there was going to be, they were going to take out no builds, and it was only going to be builds again.
Oh, boy.
Because that's the way that it was. Jumping in quickly here, we're back onto Starboy and Little Boy?
Little P-Boy?
Little PR Boy.
Okay.
Little PR Boy.
We're just
We're going to call you Litter Boy, I think.
Yeah, I think Litter Boy it is. Sorry.
That's just the, I mean, that's just the way that it works. It does look like on the minimap here, there are quite maybe 3 duos pretty close to each other. I'm
Look at that
curious
cloud.
to see if we might see an early engagement.
It's a nice glider. I like
we
the
love
stand-on gliders better, so if you're looking to get me a Christmas gift,
The surfable gliders?
surfable
Yeah, okay.
gliders are my fave.
How do I present that to you on Christmas Day?
That's a
hey, I
good
got
que-
you this digital item.
That's a good question. Ooh, drops into the slurp right away. That's going to be handy. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for those.
Some buried treasure, very nice.
This is our Radford University duo here.
Starboy knows what they're doing. They've got a loot route here for sure. Very used to this.
Oh, right away. Sintra out.
Oh, and it looks like Sigma took out a player as well.
Buena Vista University goes down real fast.
Now this could be a little dangerous for Starboy. I see looks like a duo pretty close to them, but
St. Clair on the board early. That's K1 himself and Stanciu.
Yeah, it looks like Avis pretty close. Does Avis know that they're there? I always love that. It's always interesting to see what type of health that people tend to take, because you've got so many now. Obviously, you have all the fruits, which are pretty, give you pretty low whites, but then you have the pizza, which is primarily good for shields, doesn't give you a lot of whites. You've got the floppers, which, like you said, when are we going to see some fishing? Mythic fishing pole when?
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. I think fishing hit its stride a few seasons ago when they granted you, more properties. There was, you had there was a thermal fish that you could see thermally for a bit. One that could negate fall damage. So maybe it's just not as popular anymore.
So Starboy and we're just gonna say little boy. Starboy and Little Boy finished 38th in the last round. They did get 2 eliminations, no other points.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, they didn't get any eliminations. This is their second game.
Oh.
There we go. Okay, worth an attempt to try to maybe get the loot. Oh, yep. Somebody activated it. Oh, they're teammates. So Twigsy up high.
That's good. I was worried that Twigsy may have gotten pinged in that, because if there's any people in the area, it will mark them.
This is the pit duo. They finished pretty well last time. We've been following them. Nothing exciting or new in the kill feed. Sorry, the elimination feed thus far. Holding myself to a higher standard as well.
De-resed, like Tron style, right? They turn into pixels.
That is one of the interesting things, right? Gunplay in this game, still rated T because of the animation of a little bot coming in and beaming you out.
Yeah.
Leaving your items.
Epic knows what's up.
They do know what's up. They have figured some things out.
And the terminology they use in the game, too, is eliminations.
Yeah, it is. As it should be if you're going to be a T-rated game.
That's true.
The fall colors here on the island.
Beautiful.
Okay, as they're working, looks to be like there could be some potential engagement coming up here. 2 fairly close together. They can just spot each other. Now officially behind Twigsy was the other one. I did not quite see
I
the
think
name.
it might have been the teammate. It might have been Undreamt.
Oh,
Because I don't know if there's any other teams in this area along this edge of the map. We're kind of in the right next to the slabs. Yeah, there's Undreamt with them.
45 teams started. Bad news for Timon. The Styx
No.
fans and Slick eliminated first in this one. Mad C and Sintra eliminated almost as quickly.
I believe we did see an elimination or two from Sintra, or maybe an early elimination from Sintra in the previous game. But
So that's Oakland University and Buena Vista University. Unfortunate, trapped underneath. Hold your breath. There we go. As we get back into the group, we start to see some pings coming up. There's Kintai. Your favorite TikTok Kintai. Not to be confused with MySpace Kintai. Two totally different folks, not even related. Okay. Radford University Logan. Ooh, coming up here.
jumping over to an engagement. Doesn't look like they're, Uguay is not about this. Uguay might be dropping back. Still got their teammate. No eliminations from Somatic Space in Uguay yet. Oh. Oh, that poor Velociraptor was just living its life.
Just living its best life, and you came along.
This is now a PSA about poaching, I think.
Yep, I think it is. Uguay, did you have a tag?
Oh, it looked like Leaky Squash and Cloudy Troy are now at the location that they just were, that Uguay and Somatic Space were. Hopefully trying to get something from it. But they're not interested. We see some more matching skins. You love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Some camaraderie between teammates.
I just want to see the text message between those two. Like, hey, what are we wearing today?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it begs the question, how many of these schools are these duos regular duo partners? Or are they just, hey, we go to the same school, let's duo this together?
Well, and here's what's interesting is that normally Pexi and Somatic Space are teammates for Bushnell University, but we're seeing Uguay in this combo this time. And I'm not sure if that is just a name change, an alt, or if it's a new teammate.
Yeah.
So chat, let us know if you know. If you don't know, that's fine.
I think it's a big piece of the puzzle, especially in no builds where the gameplay has changed a lot. You have to rely on your teammate, staying close to you, taking these fights with you, making sure that you always got backup. Because I think one of the banes that you see a lot in duos, and I think we saw it a little bit last time, is you get so used to the way that you play that you're not next to your teammate anymore.
Right.
And it's very, very rare for a 1v2 to go in the one's favor. So you want to stick close, make sure that you're shooting at the same person.
Oh, they already have one.
Yeah, it looks like they do.
So, great question. What schools are competing? Clark University. St. Clair has a couple of teams. Cal State Fullerton. Mount St. Joseph University. Grand Canyon University. That's in Phoenix, Arizona. University of South Carolina. Atlantic University. Texas A&M. Iona. You're going to hear their name a lot. Oakland City. You just heard their name. They're getting another snack. Ferris State University. The Ferris State Hiders. We've got, of course, University of Minnesota. We've got Barton, Bushnell, Ashland, Southern Miss is in this. Oklahoma Christian University, very good at a lot of stuff. Wayne State's been a top finisher here with Sporty and Lutz. Kaiser University. Cal State Long Beach has been a top finisher. Villanova, Indiana, Oklahoma, Kaiser, I think I mentioned them, Grace College, Indiana University, and of course, University of Nevada, Reno. We'll just call them Nevada. Radford, St. Bonaventure. There are 2 Ferris State teams, 2 Grand Canyon teams, 2 Texas A&M teams, a couple, I said Radford.
So, yeah.
Couple
Representing.
Much happening here. And West Virginia Wesleyan, I know that's the one you were waiting for, Manchester, Wayland Baptist, and Huntington College to round out the 48 that's listed for today. Some great schools. 27 teams remain, total of 51 players. Statics putting another one on the elimination list.
Now that was a sweaty team going up another sweaty team, because we saw Cloudy Troy try to get some quick eliminations, but wasn't able to make anything come of it. But as we go into Storm 3, again, it's just pushing people together. Sooner or later, we're going to get some big fights. People trying to get away, maybe.
Yep. I believe that is the prime Southern Miss team that's now been completely eliminated by Juno and Statics from Nevada. Yeah, that's Cloudy Troy and Leaky.
Oh, wow.
Both fully eliminated. So basically the way the kill feed went, looks like Leaky got down. They found Cloudy and that was
took him
it.
out as well, yeah. You know what I'd love to see? I like it when skins match, but they're not the same skin. You know? So they're
Part of a theme?
They got the same vibe.
Could you do Red Stormtrooper, White Stormtrooper?
I mean, it's a Star Wars set. I would agree with
Red
that.
Stormtrooper, Clone Trooper.
Different eras.
Clone Trooper, Master Chief?
I would allow that. Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
Oh my goodness. I think that's a violation. That's, you're crossing universes. Doesn't even rhyme. George Lucas wouldn't like it if it doesn't rhyme.
That's true. That's fair.
Okay, teams still in it. Quite a few. 26 remain. Blues from Patty Mahomes at the top of the elimination feed with 16 thus far. That's across.
Total. Okay. I was like 16 in this one game. Wow.
But they didn't have that many last time. Sin and Spork, only 8 total thus far. Statics and Juno, 13. That favors both Nevada and Cal State Long Beach. Iona's got to pick up their kill count. They survived on some really, really good building the last time and got themselves to the top of that list. But they're going to have to play the elimination.
My thinking is, as we talked about Fair State, you know, the quote-unquote hiders, we're seeing a lot of that strategy in this game. Is it fair to assume that fair to assume that they are primarily no builds players, and that they were doing what they always do? You know,
Yeah.
There's
a lot of people that prefer it.
Yeah.
I prefer it, honestly.
It's definitely interesting to see the difference of how these same players play across the game types, how their strategy changes, how their
same
rules of
players, new
engagement.
type.
Yeah.
A lot of people liking Bonaventure here. Bonus. The Go Bonnies. I assume that's St. Bonaventure, right? Help us out. Help us know. Yeah. Okay. There we go. They're repeating St. Bonaventure. And let's do a quick update on St. Bonaventure. And that'd be Black Reaper, Breacher. I believe they are still in the game. Let's triple check here.
Interesting. KU Lance. There. Okay. There it is. I was confused as to why they would rather have a pizza than some slurps.
By my stats here, they're still within. Uh-oh, taking fire, Lance. That's Kansas University.
They were going up the island, but it wasn't to. Oh, stuck in an airstream. They went up the island, but it was only to use it as mobility. Yeah, you like that glider?
That's a
pretty good
nice glider. Going with the golf club pickaxe. Okay, the KU crew back together.
Uh-oh. Never safe to drive a car because you can.
I mistakenly called them Kansas. This is Kaiser. University.
Oh, Darkfire goes down. Darkfire's knocked. And there's a Thirst. They are not going to let.
That's Indiana University East has been
Meller?
eliminated now.
Low Meller, I believe. I don't know if they're out of the game yet, but they're chasing after that
Oh,
That person
check it out.
go- Oh,
Patty drops
Patty.
in.
No way. That is huge this early
Oh,
in the
my
game.
goodness. Blues Road drops.
Eliminates Sin, Sin's out of the game. But we know that that's not always
Right.
set in stone. We've seen a good amount of reboots in the last series, at least.
Well, the question that we don't have is if he'd already been thirsted and Sin was holding, would we see it in the kill feed twice again? Would we see his teammate whose reboot card had been collected?
So we saw 2 messages for Sin, which means it was a knock and a thirst.
Right.
If Sport was down as well, it would have just been a kill. Or sorry, an elimination. We will only see one.
Good point. Good point. You're doing quick maths.
Because I didn't see Sport in the kill in the elimination feed at all, so that means that Sport likely wasn't down. I hope not, because that would be a very quick pick. You know, we're only Storm 5, 21 people left. They wouldn't even get any points for placement if that was the case. That would be very detrimental to them, because I think they're in the top 3 right now, or I think yeah, they were second.
Slappy Shores is hot right now. This is Mega
Mega.
City. Mega City, not Slappy Shores. Although the buildings look like they might have been constructed out of stainless steel. But I digress. Mega City, quite a few teams here. This is going to be edge of the storm. Only 21 teams remaining. We're 4 away from the points.
Ooh, a quick knock on Undreamt by Lance. Are they going to be able to get the thirst off, though, or is Twigsy going to be able to get that res? Looks like they're about to push. They're doing everything that they can to get this team out of the game. Twigsy working on that res. Twigsy getting out of there. Does not, but he's up in the air. Are they going to be able to get shields down? A few hits on him. But he was able to get away, thank goodness. It's dangerous to be in the air when you got people who are this good at aiming. Sirius almost goes down by Kaiser. Kaiser's getting a little sweaty.
Yeah, I like this. I like some sweaty Kaiser.
Undreamt hasn't been thirsted yet. They're looking for him, but Undreamt is still up. So are they going to be able to find him? I don't know if his teammate's going to be able to make it back and get a res on him, but he may be out of the game for now. Oh, there it is. There's the thirst. Undreamt out of the game for now.
That's unfortunate. That's Pitt. Kaiser coming on strong. They only this is their first game. They did not actually start in the first one. This is so this is their first game. They've got, I think now I count. Well, it's on the screen right here.
5 eliminations.
5 eliminations
Total, and there's only 21 left. So we haven't started to tick up for placement yet, but it's getting pretty close. Oh, an aggressive push by SBU.
No. St. Bonaventure, Black Reaper goes down.
Black Reaper is down and out.
Knocked out by Wayne State, Lutz, and Sporty.
Is Black Reaper playing this alone?
I don't think so. No.
I didn't see a teammate.
Yeah, I did earlier. It was. I can tell you who it was in just a
Okay.
second. But I'm pretty sure.
I'll take your word for it. But the only times I've ever seen Black Reaper, they've been alone, pushing a little too hard.
Jedi Obi
okay.
is the teammate there for Black Reaper for St. Bonaventure. And we got a lot of St. Bon fans in the. Got a lot of Bonnies in the chat here.
Sermius of WV.
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Well, Sermius doesn't have their teammate anymore, so this is going to be a strategy of taking fights where they can, maybe some third partying. Not a lot of ammo left, or whites. Twigsy right on the other side of this. Uh-oh. Twigsy getting out of there. That was a 1v1. I believe I just saw Sport. Yeah, there's Sport right in there. Statics, I've seen a few kills or eliminations in the feed from Statics. May see quite a few eliminations here from Statics and Juno again. Yeah, I saw Yahoo and Komodo Alex. Which team was that? Oh, look at this. Just a family camping trip.
Oh, yes, it is.
They're all within 30 meters of each other.
Those are our Radford friends right there.
Lohmiller alone, Somatic Space alone.
That's the Bushnell. Appropriate. Bushnell.
Bushnell, love it.
You're like, oh, that was a dad joke. But you know what?
I'll take it.
Well, that's where we're at.
That's how the humor has progressed.
And this is Ceramus of West Virginia Wesleyan, not to be confused with West Virginia.
Wesleyan.
Oh, they out.
I believe I also just saw a knock and a kill
Oh.
for elimination on RU Logan.
Another voice line. I'm a dip.
We've got a lot of.
Oh no!
No! The sports
Tragedy.
car goes down. I
Nice.
hope they
Sport.
have good
It's sport.
insurance. Sport, you better have full coverage on that thing. Progressive is going to be very upset.
Spork not looking so great in the health and shield, but is going to get way out. I did not see Spork. We couldn't see from this angle. Oh, Summers goes down. Did not survive that. Spork cutting down trees. What?
Almost a shield break on Lavora. Yeah, see, there it is.
Oh!
It's dangerous to be in the air when you got people who are this accurate, pinpoint accuracy with these twin mags. It's incredible. Over to Statics and Juno with looks like 13 combined eliminations this far. We're down to 7 squads left, 10 players remaining. That's a lot of that's a lot of ones.
And look where it's finishing. Almost like we knew the script ahead of time. That's right. Okay, Blues Row and Patty. Full everything.
So what would that be? 10 players left with seven duos.
10 players left. That's 3 teams of duos.
Three duos and the rest are singles?
And the rest are
Wow, this could be very interesting. KU trying to sneak up on Patty and Bluzrow.
Well done, Kaiser, hanging out. I mean, getting into this one.
Definitely, they're putting their name on the board for sure. I think that they, Exotics with 9 eliminations, and they're already in top 5. We could see them on the leaderboard very soon. Trees going down everywhere. There it is.
Oh.
Oh,
Just in time.
they didn't get a knock on KU Lance.
But your neighbors there are Static
Yeah.
and Juno, and that is not going to go well.
Not very fun.
Not for anybody. Do not knock on the door. Do not ask to borrow
Sugar.
eggs or sugar or flour.
If I lived next to Statics and Juno, I don't think I would have any windows.
Yeah, definitely no windows. Entirely constructed out of reinforced steel.
Are you putting the pressure on him, though?
Yeah, surprising. Oh, it's starting to move. They're going to have
Oh,
to come
a
to
knock
them.
on Exotics. Statics gets a knock. They are going to push this very quickly. A thirst, and their teammate is out of there. Lance doesn't want any part of this.
Yeah, I didn't even know that guy.
Oh, Juno wouldn't let him escape. 2 eliminations.
Just like, why
very
not?
quickly.
Who are you?
Just a quick 2 picks. That's another 2 squads out of this. 3 teams left, 4 players total. And Bluzrow goes down. That was a great, incredible shot by Statics and Juno.
This is just Nevada and Long Beach right now.
And it's over. Incredible for, I believe it was Lohmiller, to hold on as long as they did. As we saw,
Yeah.
that was 2nd place that they just got. But, I mean, 20 eliminations total from Statics and Juno. Incredible.
Incredible. So, established just a couple of weeks ago, Nevada can play build.
It's true.
It appears after 2 that Nevada can also play no build. Juno and Statics the star of this. But, Long Beach, again, Long Beach shows up. We heard that. But the 2 surprises for me, Kaiser University missing the first, coming in for the second, playing really well. Iona eliminated early, which is unfortunate. That's the Sporks and who was it? Sin combination.
Yeah.
It was Sin who got eliminated. Sporks just kind of hanging out.
Tried to work, take it as far
Get
as
as many points as they could. And honestly, that's what you have to do in a situation like this because it's 6 maps long. So you get 6 drops, you get as many points as you can, and after just a couple, we're getting close to halftime. So we're coming up on 3. We saw the finish here in one of our favorite places. Where do you think, I mean, it's random, because we certainly don't have a script. Where do you think it'll end? I mean, what would you like to see?
I would love to see, I mean, Kaiser coming out of the woodwork like they did in this game. They have the potential to dethrone. I mean, being a game behind, there's a lot of differential to make it up there. But I think we could potentially see Kaiser in top 3 if they keep playing like they've been playing. That was, I think they got at least 3rd, maybe 4th in that last game. But dropping close to 10 eliminations or maybe over 10 eliminations with Exotics, I think had 9 or 10 near the end of the game there. So we could see them top 10, maybe even top 5. I would love to see them hopefully get dethroned. Maybe we'll see some.
Yes, okay, taking a look at these. These appear to be correct with 52 points overall. Nevada, Blues Row and Patty. No, I'm sorry. That's Long Beach with Blues Row and Patty still in the lead. Hot on their heels, Statics and Juneau with, I believe now both of them have had a win. It was Statics and Juneau who won that last one. Blues Row and Patty who won the previous one. Those will get updated as we go. 37 points goes to our folks from Iona College. We have not heard or called much of Duxie or Boosie yet, but they have been hanging around. Placement was pretty good this time. Elimination pretty good this time in the overall points. You know what? They might have actually missed the first one as well. We'll check those details when we get there. And just as we kind of move through this, what do you like? What do you see? What's the deal?
We see a lot of, man, being in the air is just extra dangerous.
Yeah.
When you've got teams like Blues Row and Patty and Statics and Juneau and even Kaiser were doing a great job at just clicking people while they were in the air. It's a dangerous place to be. You got no cover. You can't get down very quickly. You're kind of exposed out there. And so we saw a lot of knocks and a lot of eliminations of people in the air. So you got to be careful about when you're taking flight in those end game scenarios.
Your mobility, as I looked at everybody's inventories as we were going, it was almost always 2 weapons, 2 mobilities, and some kind of health. Some people carrying the pizza. It takes a little bit more time. We did see quite a few porta-forts. We saw the ice walls being carried as well. If you had to choose, if both of them were sitting there, porta-fort or ice wall, which would you want?
I'd have to choose ice wall. It's a quick animation. It gives you good cover directly in front of you, and that's, I think, kind of the advantage of the bunker is you get 360 coverage. So if you throw it down at your feet, you're covered. You know, no one can hit you from any side. But that ice wall is primarily just in front of you. But it is infinitely rechargeable, and it's a really quick cooldown. So if you take that into endgame, you're basically guaranteed to have some sort of cover for the rest of the game. So at least one teammate having, sometimes even 2 teammates having those is really nice. But as we've seen, I think the primary strategy or structure that they're following is one has the ice wall, one has the meds, and they kind of share between them.
Okay, and we've seen a surprising amount of epic weapons just being overlooked.
It's true.
For something that just gets more damage over time. Quicker finish.
I haven't seen a lot of snipers. Which is very interesting because that, you know, they obviously do crazy damage if you can get hits off, but I think the consensus with these teams is that you know they're probably not going to stand still for too long.
No.
So you're not going to be very effective with a sniper. If you're playing with the bot lobbies like I do, snipers are awesome because you can get headshots very easily with them. But
there are no bots in the game. No one would ever admit that there are bots in the game in standard lobbies. Okay, as we get ready for game 3 here, just before halftime, this is going to establish the pecking order. And then from here on out, honestly, if you're in 15th place, it's probably not going to be possible to climb to first. So you want to be in the right part of the standings. There are some teams that haven't gotten any points yet. They're just trying to get on the board. Maybe some eliminations. We can kind of run this down in the overall. But let me tell you who we see on the top right here. After 2 maps, Statics and Juneau, 29 total eliminations, 68 points. Blues Row and Patty Mahomes, 61 total points. So for those of you wanting to know what universities those are, that's the University of Nevada, and that is Cal State Long Beach. In 3rd, Iona University. We've called their name lots of times. With 9 total eliminations, 39 points. We have a race for first. We have a race for second. Because Sin and Sporks are at that 39. They're being chased really closely after just one game, Kaiser University.
So is Kaiser's in the top 10?
Actually, Kaiser's has been updated to show that they're in 2 games. So maybe they were.
Maybe it was a quick elimination.
Maybe it
beginning.
was.
That would be unfortunate because they are strong. I mean, all of these players, all of these schools are very strong competitors.
Oh, I think I understand. KU Lance is now shown not with Stansu, but no, actually Slays.
Oh,
so maybe
really?
there was a team
Maybe
swap.
there was a bit of a swap.
Maybe there was. So
I would love to see some more from Exotics because
coach from St. Clair benched one.
Exotics had some good elims that game though, and I think that's where the majority of their points are coming from. But I'd love to see them in top 10. They're kind of my underdog, I guess.
We haven't called Akron much, but Duxie and Busa sitting in 6th place overall, 22 points. TikTok just Colby's. There you go. And Kintai sitting at 20 points, 10 eliminations. So they're not making it very far, but they are getting some eliminations, which is dang good for them. So as we come through the rest of this group, we'll see who we get.
Jumping into game 3, what do you change up your strategy at all? Do you drop anywhere different, or do you just go with what you know?
I think you look if you've been struggling to stay alive to the midpoint of the round. Yeah, this is a good track. I like this. Forgive us. We're just enjoy
bopping over here.
Yeah, we're just gonna enjoy this track for a little bit. Honestly, if you've been getting eliminated early, you're like, let's drop somewhere else. Let's drop somewhere more remote. Let's see if we can get an engagement that your strategy's not working if you're getting eliminated right away.
True.
And you're not getting any eliminations yourself. So tons of people watching online. Thank you for doing that. Make sure to throw in chat who you want to see on the leaderboard, or if there's anybody that's actually having a better round that maybe we haven't called their name nearly as much. Help us understand who the favorites are out there. Let me tell you, the Bonnie fans are out there. St. Bonaventure really lighting up the chat.
They're representing today.
They are. Okay. All right. Looking at I slipped into bomb. We've seen them in the past.
I think we saw a quick
dropping in brutal bass.
Sintra got eliminated pretty early, but yeah, I slipped into bomb. Dropping
Wayland
near the
University.
Edge of, Brutal Bastion, and we're over to Eclipsed. Ooh, this is going to be a quick engagement. Blues Row going for Cloudy Troy.
Oh no, Cloudy Troy.
We saw Cloudy place pretty high.
Oh, Blues Row super low, Leaky. Patty coming in. Oh, Leaky goes down. Looked like Leaky was up.
Oh, and down goes Cloudy. They're out of the game so early. We're not even 30 seconds on the ground. And Patty and Blues Row already
this just in the transcript from the pre-drop conversation. Cloudy says to Leaky, "Hey, you want to? Should we maybe drop? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, as long as Patty and
Patty and Blues Row don't go with us.
Blues Row, yeah. You do not want to drop where Long Beach drops.
No, I would avoid them at all costs. It would be helpful obviously it's very helpful for us to be able to see everybody's gamer tags. If you could see that in the game, I would avoid a lot of these teams at all costs. Ooh, some more fighting going on very early. Sporty Jam, and looks like FSU is going after Sporty. Sporty's not going to be able to make it out of this.
Oh, no.
Mobility, goes down early. I think they're out of the game as well. I'm not sure what school that was.
Oh, that was
Sporty Jam?
That's Wayne State. They've been at the top of the list previously.
FSU getting some early eliminations.
And that would be Ferris State. Wait.
Whoa,
what?
Whoa, hold on.
Hold on.
Ferris State is being very uncharacteristically sweaty.
I need to throw a red flag out there. We need that to be reviewed. We're not sure what we saw.
Can we get a slow motion replay, please?
Ferris State, the Fighting Antors, not actually their mascot.
It should be.
The passive Antors was their one last.
I think we can agree. You definitely don't want to try to fight anyone.
You do not.
No. Would never. Oh, the business turret. Come
What?
on, Slipped. Oh. You know you want the turret. You know it'll come in handy.
Especially in a no build. Hear me out.
Yep.
You see that you're about to engage.
I'm ready.
You drop it. You immediately flank your own business turret. You've got 2 points of attack. They've got. I get it. Doesn't do nearly as much damage, but honestly, you want those shots coming from as many directions as you can. Why? Oh, wait.
Slipped
wait
is
for
just
teammate.
waiting. Yeah, just waiting for a teammate.
Okay.
And this feed, we've seen a few from Matt 28, one from Uguay, a knock for Uguay.
Yep. Uguay is Southern Miss.
Southern
the other
Miss.
Southern Miss combination. Cloudy and Leaky on one, and I think another version of Cloud. I think they may have mixed this up a little bit between the teams.
Ooh, it looks like a knock on FSU. Oh no. And down goes
What?
RU Logan and Omar. RU, I think, is
That's Radford.
Radford.
Unreal. This is Ferris State. Let's go.
That's another 2 eliminations for Ferris State. We may see a comeback from them. This is uncharacteristic of Ferris State for sure.
Yeah.
These are I believe, two new players. I don't think we saw them in the last tournament.
We did, but we followed the
we followed the other Ferris State team.
arborists.
Yeah. Oh man.
Chat now looking up what an arborist is.
Yeah.
That's somebody who works primarily with trees, shrubbery, and bushes.
It's an old term. Man, that was a knowledge drop you just gave us.
It was. A little bit.
Love to hear it. I would love to see Ferris State place
Yes.
top 10. I would love to see them on the leaderboard. And from what I can tell, we don't love the word aggression, but
We do not?
they are definitely being a lot sweatier than they were before.
See, sweaty is fine. Sweaty is fine. And they are. So they're looking to get in position here. Starting to see a storm move. This is just before halftime. As we mentioned before, the top teams at the top of the leaderboard are Nevada, Cal State Long Beach, Iona, which were all the top finishers last time. They're not currently in the order they finished last time.
Here it is. We see the Ferris State
There we go.
strategy.
There we go.
We finally see it come out. I've been waiting for it. I was about to start running the hashtag, not my Ferris State. We didn't see any bush hiding.
Now-
which was-
This might actually be brilliant because they get active early. I think, 4 eliminations early? They're fairly close to another group here, which we've not seen a ton of.
not a lot. My Dill and Sith Lord 2002.
You know
Great
what?
year. 2002 is a great
But
year.
it is. You're locking. That's Mount St. Joseph University. You lock yourself into, though, quite a bit when you give your tag a year. None of us should be judged by a name we created in middle school.
I used to be. My first gamer tag ever was Moose with a Sniper. And then when Destiny came out, the game Destiny, I was Moose of Destiny.
Yes, yes.
And then when I was in high school, it was kind of embarrassing to give, friends who wanted to play with me. So I had to go with Cosmic Pancakes because,
I appreciate you sharing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Cosmic Pancakes
it's
with
a
a K is
vulnerable moment.
Much, much cooler. Yeah. Very cool. If I were to share my first gamer tag, I would be canceled.
Oh, would you?
So yes, would not survive that.
Is it something like Galumpus Sauce Box or something?
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
Something
It
from
was
the
something
20s.
old timey.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Referring to people who worked
With
at a
trees
lard
and
at a
shrubbery and-
lard factory, right?
lard
It was something you would call somebody who worked at a lard factory. It was. I
Very
mean,
derogatory.
we could call. That
Yeah, you
person
could.
that.
You
we
at
could
the
use
lard
it.
factory could.
We
could call
could use
each
that
other
term,
that.
but you just don't use it. Okay.
Haven't seen a lot of this team either. Ninja Pills and Kaboom.
Yep. This is Wayne. This is the other Wayne State team.
We did see. We're jumping over. Oh, I see. I just saw 3 eliminations, or maybe a knock
So
and
this
2
is St.
eliminations.
Clair. This is St. Clair. Stancio
Okay.
and
Yeah, we did see them come out
in K1.
in the last tournament that we did. I did see quite a lot of eliminations come from Stansu. It might have been a different teammate, because I don't recognize the teammate's name, but we are seeing in the kill feed, KU Lance dropping a few. I saw Exotics drop a few, so we may see another very high kill game for Kaiser. 28 teams left, 51 players total. That means we definitely have at least 1 solo already. trying to stay out of trouble. Oh, GCU, Grand Canyon, trying to pop a res off here.
Juno, lighten up the kill feed. Exotics, lighten up the kill feed.
Oh, we saw Ice Slipped goes down.
We just saw Ice Slip. That's Wayland University.
Wayland University might be out of this already. It's going down quick, people. I'm seeing a lot of knocks. GCU was able to get the res off, so they're back in this.
Good.
Love to see it.
Grand Canyon University. They have a beautiful color scheme down there in Arizona. Broadway J is their director. Big fan of Broadway J. That'd be coach and director Jay Deschamps.
Not a great place for those teams to be. They were basically pinched between two that were battling each other. We might see a third party from Nerfus and Polar.
We just saw Clark University, Nerfus,
And Polar.
and Polar.
Oh, taking some fire. Just swapping bullets at this point. Not a ton that they can do except stay out of the line of sight of the sniper.
True. And honestly, this is not a game that allows you to shout, "Hey, I'm over here, everybody!" So you need something that's going to do it for you.
Yeah.
Shooting indiscriminately is definitely one way to do it.
Getting a lot of attention.
Yep.
Looks like another third party coming in. GCU was trying to take an engagement, but is getting out of there. We may see another quick knock on Snap. This might be a knock. Another knock on. Yep, Snap goes down. Man, I bet their teammate is very up. GCU is probably not having a good time after just rezzing Snap.
Yeah. I mean, and you've been in those parties before where your friend just keeps going down.
Yep.
Ooh, taking some.
It feels like the
fire.
whole game you're just trying to keep them alive. You're not trying to win. You're just trying to keep your teammate alive.
Clark University is trying to set up maybe for a castle take here. Maybe not. Map comes out. Planning is
Methodically.
important. Yep. And it was Eisenhower,
Oh, here we go.
commander.
We're on to the quote part
Here
of the
we go.
stream.
Who said, yes, this is the quote portion. General Eisenhower at the time, later became President Eisenhower, before the D-Day invasion, famously said, "I find that in preparing for battle, once it begins, the plan goes out the window, but planning is indispensable."
Okay, I like that. Well, in the wise words of DJ Snake and Lil Jon,
Oh, right.
get low,
Uh-huh.
get low,
Uh-huh.
get low,
I'm
get
following.
low. Am I right?
So right.
It's so applicable here.
It is. It is.
I will always live by DJ Snake.
As you should.
I think it's going on my epitaph, actually.
Maybe just a lower back tattoo for now. Okay. As we're getting a little bit, we're almost to halftime here. We've got Ants World up there. We've not seen them
Not
hanging
too
out
much.
as long.
And
That's
E7.
Southern Miss. That's another Southern Miss team. That's Ants World and E7. As you mentioned, Southern Miss has a couple of teams. We did see another Southern Miss team go down. That was Cloudy and Ogwe go down, Uruguay go down.
That's a mad NPC right there. It looks like Nerfus and Polar were camping those chests, which I haven't seen a lot of strategy like that. Pulling people out, lulling people into security, and getting the drop on them. That's another, as we talked about at the beginning of this, another cardinal sin that everybody does at some point or another. You can't help it.
What, camping?
No, camping specific item, camping chests, so that you can get the drop on people who go for them. We saw Polar.
That's why I
and
kind of
Nerfus.
miss traps for that reason.
Yeah,
Right.
traps were a lot of fun.
I wish that they were even more trappy. But I'm also the guy. Oh, nice
no.
engagement here. Juno.
Wigsy taking some hits.
Oh, going for it.
Statics and Juno not with don't have a lot of eliminations at this point, but it looks like they're about to get. Yep, there it is. Statics now with 3, Juno with 1.
Somebody actually carrying a fishing pole? No.
No.
Okay, good.
I don't think we'll ever see it.
Not-
But I
no,
do
we
see
won't.
Juno with arguably one of the best weapons in the game, which was the MK, but they just dropped it. Interesting. It just goes to show that the that twin mag is one of the best guns in the entire game. It's incredible.
Yep, it is a very popular one today. Oh, excuse me, Mr. NPC.
Just some shopping with Cabby Lame.
Chat really identifying with Ferris State right now.
This is going to be a quick takeout.
Bye-bye.
E7 goes down. Ants World is about to take it. There it is.
I believe what we have seen is some Southern Miss hate. It was Juno and Statics who took out both Southern Miss teams, Cloudy and Uruguay, and now Ants and E7.
That is dangerously close to premeditated.
It
That may have been planned.
It may have been planned.
Taking him out of the game early.
Oh, get Juno a fidget spinner. He just cannot sit still. That's fine. That's fine.
That's a new weapon. They should put that in the game. Just like an exotic item.
Just a
fidget spinner.
Fidget spinner?
Yeah. I've noticed that's kind of a habit with a lot of gamers who play these more fast-paced shooter type games. You see a lot of it in Valorant. Of switching to the knife and spinning the knife and doing cool animations like that.
Knife, spray, knife, spray.
Something to exactly. Something to do in the meantime. But
look at that weapon skin there.
That lovely pizza.
Production really likes this yard sale here.
Well, it's interesting. We mentioned that some of the loot that you get from that island, it was not taken at all. They didn't take any of that loot.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. It looks like we see.
They know what they want. Do they know what they're? Yeah.
They know what they want. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Sin and Sport still in the game. I'm excited to see. Hopefully, they take some engagements.
They're
haven't seen Kaiser
split here. I mean, maybe they know that there's no one really around them. Oh.
Sin taking some damage on that.
Oh.
Some damage to Juno.
Do you think there's an advantage to look at?
I love shooting the rockets are so slow. It takes 3 to 5 business days.
Yes, it does.
I think he's just trying to take the structure down so they don't have much to do. But yeah, we haven't seen a ton of Kaiser lately. I hope that they're still in the game. 24 teams left.
How many of those rockets were still in the air before?
I told you, 3 to 5 business days. I'm seeing a few more. Oh, it looks like an elimination from Sport.
That was a clutch fly there. Some goodies.
Picking up what they can.
Takes a
another elimination from Blues Row in the chat there. As we see Statics and Juno with 8 elims combined, not down to any placement points yet. As Storm 5 begins to close. Now I think this is a really good Storm Circle. Juno just going through bushes to check if anyone's in them. Can never be too sure.
See if there's a Ferris State encampment happening there. All right, back up to the island.
Is Ferris State still in the game? Have we seen them lately?
Oh, I'll double check here.
Ferris State still
two Ferris State teams. We did see Zone and Sensation get eliminated.
Oh, really?
Nope. I'm wrong. They're still in the game.
Still in it.
At least at 28. This lags a little bit behind.
Okay.
But Toxic and Jacob eliminated earlier. In the overall standing.
Is Kaiser still in? Is KU, Lance, and Exotic?
Yes. Lance and Exotic still in.
Love to see it. I hope they're dropping.
Again, at least by our on the Unite tournament page, we see them with the indicator that they are still in this round.
But it may be it's a little bit behind. You said
could be.
Oh,
Jedi and Black Reaper.
SBU.
Yeah, it's St. Bonaventure. Let's go, Bonnie.
St. Bonaventure. Taking a page out of Ferris State's book.
Yep. Strategic engagement.
We haven't seen a lot of this team riding on the edge of the storm here. Armor and Eton. What school are they?
Well,
man, Juno is just so thirsty right now. Might be grabbing. Okay, we got an ice wall
Texas
out.
A&M University.
Texas A&M.
You can't ask a question with a guy with a spreadsheet.
Maybe I just need my own spreadsheet.
Nah, you need somebody who's going to bring you the details from the spreadsheet.
I like it.
That's how this is.
I was considering doing flashcards for this one.
I mean that is a respectable play.
I love that Statics and Juno don't trust a single bush.
Nope. No.
They might beat some arborists now.
They aggressive
cutting
arborists.
them down.
Okay, it looks like this might be somewhat of a brutal bastion finish here.
Definitely in the icy area.
Texas
Polar and
A&M,
Nervous.
yeah, moving into Clark University space. We see, as we mentioned before, Zone and Sensation from Ferris State, the most aggressive Ferris State players we've ever seen.
It's true. We've seen some good eliminations from them. I see Yahoo hanging out down there on their own. Oh, we're seeing some vehicular manslaughter, it seems.
Oh.
Lomeller just struggling to hold on, but Statics and Juno are, they don't like letting people get away. It's definitely not one of their strong suits, is letting people get away.
Armor and Eton, of course, now wanting to get away. This looks to be a brutal bastion type of finish. How does the terrain change it? If you don't have a bush, make a bush.
Exactly. Make your own. Bring it with you.
Although here in this biome, I'm pretty sure people know it wasn't there before.
It might stick out a little bit.
Might.
Yeah, I think the terrain, it gets very interesting because there are a lot of areas that are icy. You know, as we saw, I think it was one of the first games we had that Matterhorn finish in the previous series. It's slippery to stay up there. It's difficult to stay up there. So the ice definitely plays a portion. But also, Polar, it looks like Polar is down. And I don't know where Nerfus went. Nerfus is out of there. Polar's probably going to get
Clark
picked off
University
here pretty
engaged on by Texas A&M, and he's crawling around. Nerfus does not appear to be on our...
There's Nerfus up there at the top. Can he make it over to Polar before
I'm
Polar
sure
dies?
Polar's being watched pretty heavily.
Probably so. Oh, Texas A&M.
I think we're on board with Nerfus right now.
Yep, there's Nerfus.
Okay.
Nerfus doesn't... Well, they do have mobility, but is it worth it to them to get over there? They may just...
Oh, Sensation drops right in
Ferris State.
Oh, around the corner, gets away.
Just barely.
Polar out.
Yeah, Polar's
Maybe?
down and out.
Maybe try to... Nah, probably not. I think
I don't think it's
to
worth it
abandon
at
the
this
card. If I'm Nerfus' teammate, I'm saying just go. Into the points now. 12th position. If you're a solo player and you can get into the top 10, you really do great things for your team. It does not favor you to engage at that point. Eton
more-
and Armor from Texas A&M.
Some more man-made bushes there.
Yep, pretty clear. What?
Interesting strategy. I think it's because when you're in the icy area, even when you use an ice wall, it's pretty easy to see where you're at. So
Yeah.
I think the bush is to obscure you a little bit more, maybe
Right.
take out the worry that you might get sniped.
It reduces the contrast.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I'd say maybe that's
That might be the way to
five-head
do
play
it.
there.
Statics and Juno now with 10 elims. Oh, they're dropping over to IES Scratch. Scratch. I don't know if Scratch is going to make it. Nope, Scratch is down and out for the count as Juno starts to take some fire from another team. Slime is down and out. Lomiller just hiding in that bush. Lomiller is, we have seen a lot of the same tactics that Ferris State used last time to get on the board. Lomiller has been pretty consistently top 10
Yeah.
on their own. Just getting points from place and
big
high.
one. Armor takes all the way down.
Ooh.
Callow.
We haven't seen Callow lately.
And we don't anymore.
Oh, and down goes Lomiller, down and out. Armor pretty close to dead. Might not be able to make it. Might get taken by the storm. 3 HP.
Oh,
down goes
Eton.
Armor. And
but 3.
Texas A&M is out.
But that Texas A&M with a third place finish.
That's incredible.
It is.
And I don't think we've seen M. Dill make it this high, but I mean, Statics and Juno, again, they're back at it. Dylan in the air, not safe. There it is.
Oh, Mount St. Joseph University gets into that second position. Maybe that's the story.
Rounding it out for the third game.
But in case you're just joining us, you did not accidentally sit on the remote and rewind it to the last map. This is round 3, game 3, and Juno and Statics, University of Nevada, top of the list.
Incredible. I think that they got It was over 10 again. It may have been 12 or 13 eliminations that game. Another 25 points just from placement.
Yep.
It's going to be very hard, if at all possible, to catch up to them. On this
So
leaderboard.
the question was, would Cal State be able to hang on or to be able to keep pace with them? Obviously, with Nevada getting this many points, they're gonna gap them. More concerning to me, we did not see Long Beach at all at that finish.
I also didn't see Kaiser at all in that top 10. I didn't see.
Yep.
I didn't see Lance. I didn't see Exotic. They were dropping high kills
Early.
early on, but they didn't make the placement. We'll see if that affects where they stand. I don't know if we'll see them in top 10 this game. It's only halfway. You know, we're at halftime now, but we could see them hopefully place top 10. I would love to see it. But Statics and Juno holding strong on that first place.
And as we get ready to give you some kind of a standings here before the big break, I think that we try to tell stories from the top, stories from the middle, stories from the aspiring. I thought the Ferris State element was really, really nice. We saw some actual combat from Ferris State, which was really cool. They did really well. They didn't disappoint because it was combat and then there was Ferris State hiding.
It was a good combination of both for sure.
But I think they finished top 10, which would be great in their point structure. Honestly, you're just starting to fight those people in the middle. It's like a marathon. It really, really stretches out. And there's going to be a winner, but there's only going to be a few people that compete for that win. It's the races in the middle that I think are really interesting. As long as we finish above, insert school name, right? St. Bonaventure. No one would want to finish above St. Bonaventure. Please forgive us. But you find those adversaries in the middle, and you just make it happen.
Yeah, it's cool to see these teams that we haven't seen a lot. We saw, I think it was M. Dill got second place, which is going to be 20 points secured for their team. I'm not sure how many eliminations they have or if they're going to be in top 10.
If this is correct, this would be an unbelievable turn of events. Statics and Juno with 111. But in second place with 74 points, look at the placement points. Look at the elimination. There's a big dip now for Blues Run Patty. Those would be our Long Beach folks. Sin and Spork went out much earlier than expected last time. And boy, we just get...
Yeah, as we mentioned before, I saw Lowmiller was, I think, top 5, pretty close to the end of the game there, and we saw them just holding on as long as they could. Lowmiller was, pulling a page right out of Ferris State's book and just trying to keep it as long as they could, and ended up placing them. Now they're in 4th, if those points are correct, which is definitely incredible.
Okay, well, this is the Star League Collegiate Series featuring Fortnite Split 2 Championship, in case you thought it was something else.
Chat, come up with a...
Yeah, come up with something else. Of course, we want to thank Truth. We want to thank Extra Life. We see some of that in the chat as well. Duncan, Monster, and Odyssey Elixir for supporting these amazing student athletes and helping to fund the prize at the end of this, which we'll talk a little bit more about when we come back from break. But we're going to give these folks an opportunity to take a bio, to hit the fridge, to maybe just to hit the chat and maybe explain to us how terribly wrong we've gotten their terrible gamer tag. Sorry about that. But we'll take a quick break, 30 minutes, and we'll come back. So don't go far, but go take care of what you need. We'll see you in just a little bit. Last port sit down on the ground here.
Subliminal messaging is what we'll call it.
Emily.
Looks like a knock on Duxie is down. Oh, Sin is down. Patty is down. That is a quick finish to the game. We've got Blues Row taking out the last player. That was... Undreamt hasn't been thirsted yet. They're looking for him, but Undreamt is still up. So are they going to be able to find him? I don't know if his teammate's going to be able to make it back and get a res on him, but he may be out of the game for now. Oh, there it is. There's the thirst. Undreamt out of the game for now.
Another voice line. I'm a dip.
We've got a lot of...
No!
The sports car goes down. I hope they have good insurance. Spork, you better have full coverage on that thing. Progressive is going to be very upset.
Sport not looking surprising. Oh, starting to move. They're going to have
Ooh,
to come to
a
that.
knock on Exotic. Statics gets a knock. They are going to push this very quickly. A thirst, and their teammate is out of there. Lance doesn't want any part of this.
Yeah, I didn't even know that guy.
Oh, Juno wouldn't let him escape. Two eliminations.
Just like, why
Very
not?
quick with Brutal Bastion, and we're over to Eclipsed. Ooh, a quick. This is going to be a quick engagement. Blues Row going for Cloudy Troy.
Oh no, Cloudy Troy.
We saw Cloudy place pretty high.
Oh, Blues Row super low, Leaky. Patty coming in. Oh, Leaky goes down. Looks like Leaky.
Uguay, a knock for Uguay.
Yep, Uguay is Southern Miss. The other
Miss.
Southern Miss combination. Cloudy and Leaky on one, and I think another version of Cloudy. I think they may have mixed this up a little bit between the teams.
Ooh, it looks like a knock on FSU. Oh no. And down goes.
Do it for you.
Yeah.
Shooting indiscriminately is definitely one way to do it.
Getting a lot of attention.
Yep.
Looks like another third party coming in. GCU was trying to take an engagement, but is getting out of there. We may see another quick knock on Snap. This might be a knock. Another knock on. Yep, Snap goes down. What a lot of fun.
I wish that they were even more trappy. But I'm also the guy. Nice engagement here. Juno.
Wigsy taking some hits.
Going for it.
Statics and Juno not with a don't have a lot of eliminations at this point, but it looks like they're about to get. Yep, there it is. Statics. just some shopping with Happy Lane.
Chat really identifying with Ferris State right now.
This is going to be a quick takeout.
Bye-bye.
E7 goes down. Ants World is about to take it. There it is.
I believe
Areas that are icy. You know, as we saw, I think it was one of the first games we had that Matterhorn finish in the previous series. It's slippery to stay up there. It's difficult to stay up there. So the ice definitely plays a portion. But also, Polar, it looks like Polar is down. I think the bush is to obscure you a little bit more, maybe take out the worry that you might get sniped.
it reduces the contrast.
Yeah, it definitely does.
I'd say maybe that's
That might be the way to do it.
there.
Statics and Juno now with 10 elims. Oh, they're dropping over to IES Scratch. Scratch. I don't know if Scratch is going to make it. Nope, Scratch is down on the board. Lomiller has been pretty consistently top 10 on their own. Just getting points from placement.
Bigman Armor takes it all the way down. Callow.
We haven't seen Callow lately.
We don't anymore.
Oh, and down goes Lomiller, down and out. Down goes Armor. And
but three.
Texas A&M is out.
But Texas A&M with a third place finish.
That's incredible.
It is.
And I don't think we've seen M. Dill make it this high, but I mean, Statics and Juno again, they're back at it. Dylan in the air, not safe. There it is.
Oh, Mount. my. 3 down, 3 to go in this Star League Collegiate Series featuring Fortnite. This is Split 2 championships, and in 3 short games, we're going to see who's on top. I'm going to make a prediction with 111 points and a gap to 74 points to the next team. It's probably going to be Nevada. So we're going to tell a bunch of stories of what's happening in the middle. Don't worry, Nevada fans, you're going to see lots of them, because you know what? They're always there at the end of the game. They've won 2 of these 3 maps. Cal State Long Beach won 1 of them, the first one, but we haven't seen them atop since the very end. Iona still around. Sporks and Sin, we're just not seeing them as much at the top of the leaderboard. I'm Doc Haskell. This is Kelly Haskell, no relation. And my question to you is, as we look at Slappy Shores here, it was on the screen behind us a moment ago. Now, and it's back on the screen again. Production is like, what is he doing? I'm just saying stuff. This is a place I would like to see animated a little bit more. I'd like to see people dropping into this space. Why is it such a good location?
I mean, so you're going to be on the edge of the map, obviously, and it's kind of divided into 2 halves. You've got that bridge in the middle. There's a capture point in the middle. I think any POI with a capture point can be worth it because you can ping all of the chests in the area. You get some good loot from it.
Yep.
But it's a good place because you're kind of on the outskirts, but it's still a POI that you get good enough loot that you can take those engagements. But like I said, it's divided into 2 halves. So if you do happen to drop with other people, you've got mostly separation between you 2, and there's good cover between good buildings. Like
rooming with your sibling, you draw a line down the middle. This is our stuff. This is your stuff. Just leave it alone.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll fight for the bridge. It is a good location. We've seen a number of teams locate the sword and utilize the sword. Is that the go-to?
I think
this?
so.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any winners use the sword, so maybe that's the differentiation there. But I typically go for it. I think that's why I primarily drop Eclipse, because that's where the sword is. And I combine that with a Witch's Broom, and so you got those 2 forms of mobility, like I mentioned before. They are completely renewable, so you get 1 charge, I think, every 10 seconds or 15 seconds with the sword. But like I said, we haven't seen a lot of people placing that high with it, so does it make enough of a difference for those teams that get it? Like you said, with the standing that we have, it's going to be very hard to catch up to number 1. It's not set in stone.
Nope.
I won't say that it's set in stone because it's, anything's possible if you put your mind to it, but it's going to be very, very difficult. We have seen a few teams come out of the woodwork. Kaiser was dropping good points. We didn't see them a lot at the end of the last game.
Nope.
But we did see some of those other, I saw Low Miller. I cannot remember the college or the teammate, but Low Miller sticks out as one that has been hanging on and has put them in 4th with the points that they have just based on placement, staying out of those engagements and just working their way up.
The biggest portion of our crowd is the St. Bonaventure crowd, and they want to see their team do a little bit further. For those of you interested in following the St. Bonaventure line, we're running a 2nd stream right now. I'm just kidding, we're not. Just for St. Bonaventure.
24/7.
We've not seen a lot of people break into these vaults and try to make stuff happen. Most of what we're seeing is just around the middle, wooded areas. We've seen some stuff in Brutal Bastion, snowy areas, but not a lot of breaking into the resorts. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. My mind goes to wasting time. It takes a little bit of time to get there. You're drawing attention to yourself because there's a lot of bots around that could be.
You're getting pinged and lit up.
Yeah, exactly. And it may just be a hotter place to drop, and maybe not worth it to a lot of people.
All right, as we head into Game 4, we're on the other side of halfway, and the teams that are going to be at the top are going to have to distinguish themselves now. The teams that are at the top, let's just do that real quick recap. Nevada with 111 points coming into this, the most eliminations thus far. 2nd, Cal State Long Beach. They don't have the 2nd most eliminations. That actually belongs to Iona and to Wayne State. Also on this list, we've seen Radford, we've seen St. Clair, Bushnell University, both Southern Miss teams. And you're like, which Southern Miss team? Well, Cloudy and Uruguay. Leakey's been on that squad as well. And Anson E7, the other Southern Miss team. We saw the Texas A&M team get a unexpected third place. That'd be Armor and Eaton. They did a great job. In
Yeah,
fact, here we are, dropping in with Eaton right now.
We're at Kenjutsu. We're
Kenjutsu.
at the Holy Land.
It is. They seem to like, well, maybe this is a new drop for them. They're also, looks like they've gone with a little bit of a skin change. Oh, Timmy on the sticks. No, Timmy! Timmy has been eliminated first two in every map thus far, I'm pretty sure. Timmy just trying to survive. Good for you, jumping back in. Timmy.
Just a bad rap for Timmy.
Bad rap for Timmy.
Maybe people just, it feels targeted based on, I do remember seeing Timmy a little bit higher up in the last series that we did, the Builds tournament.
No, a little bit.
They're definitely further than they have gone in this, but it just seems like an insult to injury now.
Okay, grabbing a couple of those. It's the opportunity. I'm going to build that shield up. Ah, there. Oh, took it.
They already got a witch's broom.
Already got it. Okay.
It is interesting to see, too, how kind of economy plays into this.
Yeah.
With gold, you can upgrade things, you can buy things from NPCs, weapons that you can't get anywhere else. We're seeing some quick eliminations by Oogway in the chat there.
Oh, wow.
Oogway getting some eliminations early on. Oh, we're over to Low Miller, fighting the boss of this area.
Sporty Jam's maybe going to third party versus Low Miller in the
I think
bot?
Is Sporty the teammate?
Should be. Because Sporty's teammate normally is Luz.
Yeah, Luz is nearby as well.
Okay.
They're pretty close together.
We're going to get to this bottom of this Low Miller business. That's Indiana University.
Indiana
East.
in fourth, I think, from the standings that we saw. Not a ton of eliminations, but placing well.
Oh, we'll verify that.
I know that they're high up there, but
2 teams eliminated already. Just a couple minutes in. And Darkfire is Low Miller's teammate.
okay. Low Miller
You called
and Darkfire.
Darkfire a bunch of times because you thought Dark was actually a possible solo player. You also thought
was it?
that Black Reaper was a solo player,
Yeah.
Jedi being
the
St. Bonaventure
Jedi Obi.
teammate.
That's right.
Blackfire very popular with our folks. A lot of people cheering on Villanova as well. A lot of requests to spectate St. Bonaventure. That would be, as I just mentioned, Black Reaper and Jedi something or other.
Jedi Obi?
Yep, Jedi
so.
Obi.
I'd
Twigs
love to see
and
Undreamt.
Undreamt
Twigsy and Undreamt.
from Pittsburgh. Making some progress here. For those of you watching at home, Spectator is a wonderful tool. It does not allow us to just jump over. Ooh, Sporty and Luz just on the other side of that hill. We could see a Wayne State versus Pitt battle here shortly. Yep. Valorant player, Eton, right here, just doing the standard.
And it looks like in the chat, Tim A is down by Statics.
Timmy!
Statics
Well, you know
taking
what?
him out.
If Statics takes you out,
Yeah, I mean it
that's,
was coming anyway.
It's respectable. It's respectable. I'm just saying. It's respectable. If
I think it was game.
it's an honor, honestly. Thank you, Statics. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. I think they dropped. I think Statics and Juno dropped 20 in one game, which, with the lobbies that we have, is about a fourth.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, it's a 1 in 4 chance that you get killed by Statics or Juno.
Sporty, doing the best fair state impression right now. Luz, sliding in there. Oh, Darkfire and Low Miller coming in. So that's Indiana, just over the hill from them. Sporty and Luz are from Wayne State. They've been finishing pretty well. The Wayne State, I'm just saying, if you're buying, buy some Wayne State. They've been playing really well. So just a quick run of the top. Oh my, that can't be right. No, it's just going to catch up. We see Darkfire and Low Miller. It looked like they were eliminated on the on the Unite tournament, but they're not. They're where they're supposed to be. Statics and Juno. Bluzo and Patty still in here. 113 points now for Statics and Juno because we saw Timmy eliminated. Bluzo and Patty Mahomes sitting at 74 now. The next one in third place, Sin and Spork sitting at 47, being chased by Indiana with 44 points.
There it is.
Armor and Eton from Texas A&M sitting at 35. There's some folks we would expect to see a lot higher on this. The Akron duo of Duxie and Busa sitting in 10th place right now.
Wow.
Uguay and Somatic, both from Bushnell University, sitting in 11th place. And as Undreamt and Twigsy.
Did we just see some fishing? I think we saw some fishing.
Okay.
That's it.
Prize.
They win.
They win.
Twigsy
We can all go home. We can all go home. We saw someone fishing.
End it. It may have been,
or-
it wasn't specifically with a fishing pole. There is an augment that you can swim through fish areas and it will just give you a fish. So that may have been what they used. But hey, I'm not going to complain. We got what we asked for. Cloudy taking some damage, throwing a bush down as quick as they can. Not going to give them any cover to hide behind, but it is going to obscure them a little bit as Nash and Tayo are trying to make something come out of this.
That's Leaky as the teammate there. We've seen this pairing in the first game. Uguay, Southern Miss playing for somebody else. So,
I mean, if I were Cloudy and Leaky, I would not want to be here because it looks like Twigsy and Undreamt are pretty close by too, drawing a lot of attention.
They're going to dip out. Tayo, there we go. That's the St. Clair squad. We've not seen them in a while. That's the other St. Clair squad.
The other St. Clair squad 2, or are they 1?
You know what? I
don't want to create that division in the chat.
St. Clair, a unbelievably strong university in the collegiate scene. They're good at just about everything, and their broadcasts are outstanding. And I don't want to push up my glasses here and become a broadcast snob, but Dan Banner, who is their principal broadcaster over there, fantastic. As a director, he's even on camera sometimes. Yeah. When I grow up, I want to be Dan Banner. Mr. Danners to you. Okay, Leaky and Cloudy heading up there. Oh, Eton. Eton reses somebody.
I did see that. I also see some eliminations from KU. Kaiser.
Kaiser?
Hopefully coming back. I would love to see them in top 10.
Akron. Busa is down.
No.
E7
It looks like
is down.
KU
Statics,
Lance
I'm
just
sorry.
went down.
I'm sorry, Southern Miss. You ran into the buzzsaw of Juno and Statics. That's unfortunate. KU Lance goes down.
And
Spork!
Spork is down. Are Spork and Sin? No, it was a knock. It was a knock on Spork, so that means Sin's still in this. That could be huge this early. Storm 2 still. Incredible.
Mega.
Stansu, and I'm not sure if we've seen much of this other team. Big Brain Boy and Creeper.
We did, but they were eliminated early.
Big Brain Boy is, I love a gamer tag like that describes what the person is, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's Huntingdon College.
Huntingdon College.
And you know what? I think that is. That can't be right. I think it would be Huntington, not Huntingdon. Nope, I'm totally wrong.
It's Huntingdon?
And Huntingdon College in Montgomery, Alabama. And it is, folks, it is rare that I don't know a college or university. I have this. Hello. Let me introduce myself, Huntingdon College.
This is Doc.
I'm Doc. It's a pleasure to meet you. Top Hazel Woods. And Super 99, which is a name that we know.
Top doesn't have their teammate anymore. Hopefully, you're going to try to hang on as long as they can. They've got a good spot back here. I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to find them. So.
No, writing that one down for my games in the future.
The sign in Mega City. That's cool.
This is Old Dominion University. That's Super 99 and Top Hazel Woods. Mega City. Very Neo Tokyo
Yeah, I love it.
inspired. You've been to Tokyo.
I have. It is much bigger than Mega.
Oh, okay.
Much bigger.
Can you ascend quickly, descend quickly with a powered ascension line?
I have not. If you can, I haven't found it yet.
Cloudy and leaky.
Holding on to this high ground. It's a good spot to be, but it's a little exposed, so it's good that they've got some ice walls that they can.
Interesting that they've gone with the full Baltog skin suit look.
The
made
blackout.
popular by Juno and Statics.
I think so. It's that skin set. It's a superhero skins. Very popular because you can customize all the colors. So
Right.
what a lot of people will do, and Epic Games actually had to fix this. That you could make both of the primary colors on the suit all black or all white, which in dark places made you almost invisible, and in snowy areas made you almost invisible. So they had to make it so you couldn't do both black and both white. Looks like these two are doing both dark gray, which does enough.
Does enough.
But it does decrease visibility, especially through these bushes. You can't really see anything.
Right, 23 teams remaining. Storm 3 in motion. Starboy on the wrong side, but thankfully it's only one per
One tick
second.
right now?
Yeah, 1 tick per second. Starboy and Little Boy doing their thing.
We could say maybe little PR.
You know what? I'm just going Little Boy.
And is it also like,
Ooh, GCU.
is PR like personal record?
Okay,
Or-
let's evaluate the
'Kay.
skin game there. Oh, and we're gone, but that's okay. That's okay.
It's an old skin. I think it
Oh.
was from. Oh, Are You Logan goes down. Omar getting out of there. Can
On the
Omar
dip.
get away? It doesn't look like they have a lot of cover. And if
Colby's
Colby's has got him. There
yeah,
it is.
yard sale.
RU
It's
is
it.
out of this.
Okay, that is unfortunate.
That's sad because I do remember RU being relatively high in the
Yeah,
last
they-
set as well.
They had some good finishes. 22 teams remaining, 40 players. That leaves 41 players, so there's a solo player out there somewhere.
At least one solo player for sure.
Yeah. And maybe that's a good thing, depending on who your teammate is. Oh, get.
They're starting to take
Oh.
fire. We haven't seen a lot of them. I have seen a little bit from Sintra. They might have a few eliminations on the board, but M. Dill finished second last game. Or a game or two ago. It may have been game 2 or game 3 that they finished second, but
This is Buena Vista University we're watching here with Mac and Sin. Mad. Sorry.
Medic, maybe? Or Mad C?
Just Mad.
Mad C 2004. Now is the 2000... Oh,
Ooh.
got a little ting off of him.
Ah.
Is it the birth year, do you think? Or is it just a year that means a lot? I mean, with the age that these
Yeah.
are, it could likely be birth year, but
Could be. That would make this person 19. Quick
makes sense.
maths.
Quick maths. Because we saw 2002, we saw Dark Sith Lord 2002.
Yep. Could be.
Oh, a lot more people in Mega now. It's a...
There's Top Hazelwoods just still sitting up there where they were before.
Now you mentioned before about Tokyo. This is getting pretty close to the population of Tokyo with how many squads.
It is.
Duos
Am I
are
right? Am I right? Ah. Yep.
Statics
The
and
Huntingdon College sniper position up there.
Ooh, Juno and Statics very close to Uguay right now. We may see a
Uguay
knock
does
on
not want to
Uguay.
do that. No, Southern Miss needs to get out of there.
Ooh, Statics goes down. I saw a knock on Statics, but I think Statics also knocked someone. I just briefly saw it in the kill feed. Yep, Statics is down. Juno's
Juno
holding on. This could be, if Juno gets taken out here, this could be a quick out for them, considering those two. Yeah, Uguay's still up. Okay, so Uguay's still up. Juno is not going to let Uguay get away.
Yep, I think they probably already, as a team, decided, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to, I'll come get your card.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to.
I'm not going to try to res.
Nope. Where'd they go? There's Juno down.
Juno's back up to full
Oh,
health. thank
Lomire and
goodness.
Darkfire as part of this, the Indiana group. Juno now getting down there to recover that card. We don't see it on our HUD here, but
I
we
do
know where
believe
it
he
was.
got it, yeah.
Okay.
Now that an early out for Statics could mean could cost them the game. I don't know if Juno has
right.
the time or opportunity or mobility to even get to a place to res, because it doesn't look like they're hanging around. Juno might be going for the res right now.
Right now in the storm when the damage
Top
is so low.
Hazelwoods might be trying to get something off here.
Oh, it looks like it is. We see them through the right side of that building, just their silhouettes. We don't see them now, unfortunately.
Can he do? Oh, he got it off. Statics is back in.
You heard the sound. Here comes Statics. Top Hazelwood is like, I did not take advantage of that when I should have. Indiana running away. Nevada chasing Statics, although with no shield. Ooh. Juno right on top of Top Hazelwood.
Go, Top, go.
Oh,
and
what?
out of here. Top Hazelwoods is out.
What was it? What did you take him down?
Could have been a shotgun. I think it was a combination shotgun. SMG was fast, though. Whatever it was,
fast.
It was very quick.
So at least, Top Hazelwoods was able to get some value out of that. Oh, big one right there.
Ooh, down goes Dill. Sith Lord 2002 is out as well. Seen a lot of eliminations across the board. We're down to the 15s, so we're into the points now. But it looked like I think I just saw Sin. We got some GCU riding on the edge of storm here, as they got dropped on by Cloudy and Leaky. We saw Statics and Juno riding on the edge of storm. Could this mean an early out for them? Obviously, they hang on as long as they can. They're great players.
Yeah.
There they are. I believe maybe in a car.
Maybe moving out of our field of view. Leaky and Troy.
Ooh, Leaky goes down.
Oh, unfortunate.
Cloudy's going for a res.
Where did that fire come from?
I'm
We
not
do
sure.
see them. Maybe underneath the camera, potentially. Just behind the camera. Yep,
Oh, he's
they're
getting
right on
pushed.
top. Oh!
Leaky goes down. Cloudy's just getting out of there.
That would be St. Clair's team number 1 that moves in for that. That's K1 and Stancia.
It is now a double tick. So, with Cloudy here, with just a pizza only does 5 white per slice. There's
Wow.
only 8 slices in there. So a maximum of 40 health that you can gain from this as a double tick. It's going down quick. It's going down very fast.
Which
right next
tracks,
to Oogway there.
honestly.
They might not make it in here. He's going to have to throw that pizza quick and get it down. Cloudy just hanging on as long as they can.
If you're going to have to live in the storm a little bit, I like the spray because you can run and spray.
Yeah.
You know what health comes with it. Doesn't give you much else, and I get why people like the pizza.
Ooh, we're getting close here. Ooh, Cloudy with 7 HP getting into storm.
Impressive.
So scary. Oh, some super splashes. Very nice.
Southern Miss hanging on
Some splashes.
quite. Yeah, the super splashes are going to help quite a bit. Have some Zabra.
He's back in this. That was very close. Juno with no shield, half health. What is going on over there?
Ferris State still in it. I saw Zone and Sensation over on the other side. They're still working. Looks like this is going to end on the south part of the map. We could end up in a number of places, but my guess would be the one that we predicted. No, it wasn't in the script. I think we're probably going to see something finish pretty close to Slappy.
I think so. I think we will. We're kind of near Relentless right now is where it's showing us. And this could be interesting. We had a Relentless finish last time in the last series, and it was very interesting because of all the builds. But you can't build. Obviously, we're playing no builds now. What are people going to do in the water? What can you do in the water even? It's going to be an interesting finish for sure. I haven't seen Statics in a while. I know they got res, but I saw Juno a little bit. but I haven't seen Statics lately.
Red Wolf Nation making sure that we are aware that it is University of Indiana East.
Okay, University
That's a
of
lot
Indiana
of
East,
syllables
okay.
you're asking us to commit to. How about we just talk about Red Wolf Nation?
I like it.
I'm sure we can appreciate that.
Oh, it looks like Zone was down.
Armor and Eaton have not been visible for a little bit. Nerfus and Polar from Clark University.
I think Juno is alone again. Juno's under the bridge, and no sign of Statics anywhere. Oh, a knock through the car!
Wow.
Incredible. And a Thirst, just getting him out of there quick. Stansu goes down over the water. Zone is just trying to get in. Sensation's trying to get in. Being in the air is so dangerous. Juno under the bridge, struggling to get health back. We may see an early out for Juno. Struggling to hold on as long as they can, but
It's amazing that we think of an early out for Juno as being 7.
yeah, true. Twigsy, not a lot of health on the edge of Storm there. Also alone, I believe.
I want to point out Ferris State is in the final 7 schools here, final 7 squads.
They've been holding on. Some bushes inside the building. We love to see it.
Creative. You know what? Ferris State needs a bush. If you're going to finish in a building,
true.
you got to bring a bush.
Now Juno does have one of the mythics that we have seen in the vault. The shockwave launcher, which does a lot. It becomes your mobility, and it does a great job at it. But they are not in a great spot down here. Juno, I saw nine eliminations from Statics. I didn't see how many Juno had, but
St. Clair's
regardless,
still in it.
getting
St.
good points.
Clair's still in it. We saw Tayo over there. 6 teams left, 10 individual players. 9 individual
Twigs.
players, 5 teams.
Twigsy goes
3
down.
solos. We know one of those is Juno.
We're seeing Tayo and Nash going pretty far. I believe Tayo just got knocked, however.
Oh, Juno really, really low, about to get descended on by Yahoo.
Uh-oh, into the storm. Not great. I believe it's a 5 or even an 8 tick right now. Not a fun place to be. Komodo Alex, we haven't seen a lot placed this high. But Ferris State holding on very well. Nervous and Polar riding the edge. Only 3 eliminations to their name, but place in 4th will secure them some good points. Juno with Juno goes down.
Juno goes
is out
down.
of here. Just a rainfall shower of their loot down onto them. We may see a Ferris State finish here. Ferris State's doing well. Polar, Nerfus. Okay, so we've got 6 players left, 3 squads, or sorry, 3 duos, all with ice walls. This may be this is a pretty fair fight. These are all good contenders. Komodo Alex not with a lot of health left. Yahoo just trying to push people away using that shockwave launcher. Polar going down, descending. We may see a knock in here somewhere.
Nerface
Polar goes down.
2 teams left.
Ferris State doing very well. It's down to the last 2.
This could be a Ferris State win.
This could be a Ferris State win. I hope we see it. Komodo with half health. Yahoo just trying to push him into Storm. And it does a lot of damage. Ooh! Oh no! Sensation goes down. Komodo Alex is out of here.
What?
Oh, there it is! Ferris State victory.
What?
Zone getting the last kill on Yahoo, Komodo Alex. That was an interesting strategy to see. It looked like Yahoo was launching into the air and using that shockwave cannon to blow them into the storm and letting the storm do the hard work for him.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the Lucio Boop, I mean, there are lots of different things like that. I've seen people do that with shockwave grenades, just to boop them into there before, but perfect. Unreal. Ferris State with a win. Now, I feel bad for Juno. We say that Juno went out 6th or 5th. It was still pretty high. Was able to get the res on the teammate earlier, but lost him again at some point. Could never get health. Had to hide, just was unable to get anything, and was so exposed out there, couldn't run and pick up dropped items from anybody else. Everything was exposed out there. Sometimes the conditions don't favor you, and you just got to play with what you got. I thought that was still a pretty strong finish after it fell apart at Mega City.
And 17 eliminations between Statics and Juno. So we know that they're not hurting for points.
Their points are going to be all right.
They're going to be doing
Settle
just fine.
down, everybody. But right now, the Ferris State campus, they're flipping over golf carts.
Seriously.
It's going just nuts over there right now. They've never had a bigger finish at Ferris State.
It was very impressive. It was cool to see how they kind of worked their way up. They were holding on as long as they could. I think we may have seen a knock or two early for them. And then, I mean, I didn't see how many eliminations that they had, but I hope it puts them on the board. I hope we get to see.
I mean, it'll put them on the board a little bit here. So still, with 132 points, much, much higher up there. 79 points, Blue Zone Patty, we believe. Sin and Spork, thank you very much. In there as well. Hey, we could fit your stuff on here if you didn't put Twitch in front of everything. We know to look for those things on Twitch.
The 15 character
self-promotion. Come on now. But the Lohmuller and Darkfire combo made very popular. That would be the Indiana East, Red Wolf Nation. What? Doing a great job.
We're not going to do that.
Okay, all right. I've been censured here on broadcast. I can't do that. But Ferris State, with a really, really high finish. This is their first win in collegiate competition that we have seen. Now, it may have come before these split championships, but we haven't seen it. Well played.
Definitely. And we see there's a few names in the top 10 that we haven't seen a lot of or called out much, as we see it was Callow and Gourdskin now in 5th.
Yeah.
Some of these teams coming out of the work, we saw a lot of eliminations from Nash and Tayo. Seems to be mainly one of their focuses, is they have more elimination points than they do placement points. So
yep.
It's interesting to see where people's where their priorities lie.
Yep. So we almost got the finish that we wanted, which would be Slappy, when we would have predicted it. It didn't quite happen that way. I mean, it finished faster maybe than it should have. It was still a pretty big storm. It it was still on its first actual migration.
Yeah.
We could see that again this time. For teams that want to try to jump over in this middle, this 6th, 7th, 8th position, what's got to change?
It seems like, as we saw from Ferris State, the 10th place is around 20. I think now going into Game 5, we're around probably the 30 or 30 to 50 point mark for just to be on the placement, to be in 10th.
Yeah.
Which we saw Ferris State nabbed at least 25 points there. So we can start seeing these teams just jump up. Obviously, there's a large deficit between 1st and 2nd, so it may not be an immediate shift from 1st to 2nd. We may probably just see Juno and Statics take it all the way, which, they did it last time. They're very good. But these other teams coming out of the woodwork and putting themselves on the board, because it's impressive to see. And in fact, I'm more rooting for those teams to get into top 10 than I am for even 1st place.
Yeah, I agree. It's great to see teams improve over the course of a split and just continue to get better and better, finish higher and higher, take out teams that you did. Not be scared of teams that they may have hid from before. I mean, we saw St. Clair, we saw Ferris take on teams that they would have hid from in round 1. But they were pushing them.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
And it was interesting to see how much more aggressive those teams were against Juno when he was on his own.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have a teammate, they know that they can do more damage to him than they could together. And I think Juno also recognized that and was doing a lot of running around.
Yeah.
And not taking any fights and just trying to stay in it.
Hiding under the bridge, just trying to get as many points as he could, not egoing and doing that. That was pretty dang good. It was to get close to this next one. I'm kind of excited to see who makes the lobby. This is the point where we start to see people go, yeah, well, I got to go to the store, so maybe I'll. So we may have fewer teams start, but that hasn't been the case thus far. All right, getting ready to drop in. I like where this is going. The folks that you've heard in the past, you're going to hear again. If you're just joining us, and a few people just have, this has been a Star League Collegiate Series featuring Fortnite. This is the Split 2 Championship. And if nothing changes after 4, it's going to be Nevada, with Cal State Long Beach in a distant second. Iona, now I think in 4th, no, still 3rd, but not making up a lot of ground. Almost 20 points between them and their rivals from Cal State Long Beach. Nevada seems to own the top of this leaderboard, but those in the middle, the Wayne States, the Radfords, the St. Clairs, the Bushnells, the Southern Miss, Kaiser University, your favorite, St. Bonaventure, we're hoping to follow the Bonnies a little bit in this one if we can.
I love to see Kaiser up there, working their way up. They came, like we said, they kind of came out of nowhere. But
they got some fight in them, those Bonnies and those Kaisers.
Love to see it. Statics and Juneau, I just realized, did some quick math in my head.
Quick math?
To their eliminations and their placement. Obviously, they've won 2 games and have been pretty consistently top 3 in the others. So 1, 2, and maybe a 2nd or a 3rd place in the other. But they have 61 eliminations going into Game 5. That is an average of 15 kills per game.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. Let me take off a shoe and see if your math is right.
Count it up with all you've got.
I think you're right. So, top 5 schools at this point with 142 points, Nevada, Juneau and Statics. In 2nd place with 79 points, Cal State Long Beach with Blues Row and Patty Mahomes. In 3rd place, Iona University with Sin and Spork. In 4th place, Cosmic, with 53 points. Who could it be? Ferris State. Have Bush will travel.
I need to get some Ferris State merchandise now. I gotta get it.
Yeah, okay.
Gotta root for my team. They weren't on the board before.
They were not.
And it was just a quick, that one win kind of solidified them in 4th place. I love it.
Darkfire and Low Miller from Indiana East. That'd be Red Wolf Nation.
Red Wolf. Woo-hoo.
I thought we were banned from that.
I'll let you do it.
In 6th place, Tayo and Nash from St. Clair in 7th. Komodo Alex and Yahoo from Minnesota in 7th or 8th place. Armor and Eaton from Texas A&M in 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Twigsy and Undreamt from Pittsburgh in 10th place.
Wow.
Will any of these change position? They're all just a couple of points apart. We could see a major mix-up in the top 10. It's time for Map 5, my guy.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm excited to see if any of these teams are dropping different places, or they're kind of set in their ways. You start to see more of a methodical approach to what you do and a calculated approach. You kind of have your plan, where you go, where you loot. If the storm moves here, you're going to move to this location and hold up, or I can get this cover here. So it's cool to see how much it's influenced by the storm location, but also what these teams have practiced, what they're good at.
All right, the folks in chat want us to spectate more Sin. Well, the good news is Sin's almost always there at the end. Stansu and K1 from St. Clair. K1 dropping in. Okay, respectable skin game. Oh, look at that pickaxe. I can respect that.
You like that? That's a good one.
Yeah. This is a good duo. They've finished pretty high thus far.
They are dangerously close to another team already with Jacob and Toxic.
Ooh, this could be
at
something.
The gas station. I hope we see something.
Come on, fight, 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 fight. Glow Red, who's playing in this game right now, appreciating the commentating. Thank you.
Oh, stop.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's too sweet.
And that's Villanova University. Up there on the, I feel like we need to almost golf when they're stalking.
Yeah,
prey.
we got to be quiet.
We got to be a little bit quiet.
Twigsy dropping a few kills. I see in the chat there.
Twigsy getting into it fast.
They got some ground to cover.
Oh, Pitt wants to stay in that top 10. They want to jump over some of the teams in front of them.
Undreamt getting another. So Twigsy and Undreamt could move up.
Right, they were sitting at 10.
Ooh, I see a knock on Blues Row and a thirst on Blues Row from Sin. the chat.
Unfortunate
This
for
could
Long Beach.
This could mean Patty Moore Holmes taking out Sport. So it's an even fight now, 1v1 between those two.
Somewhere on the map, Iona and Long Beach
Are going
doing
at
battle.
it.
We'd love to see it. Specs, we know how hard it is. You could just get beamed into some wall.
Or under
We
the
get it.
map.
We get it. But, oh my goodness. That'd be
Wow.
fantastic.
This could shake the game. I mean, even just the elimination previously that we saw come out on statics. Obviously, Juneau was still part of the end game, but overall, it was able to go to two other teams that are very good. You know, going to Ferris State. Oh, it looks like someone got knocked up there. And,
Shots fired. Oh!
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 And down goes Ceramus of WV.
Yep, Southern Miss. So that would be West Virginia Wesleyan.
Wesleyan.
There's a big Wesleyan tradition, many schools connected. One of the first in collegiate esports was Texas Wesleyan.
Oh, no.
You didn't.
That may be the first emote that we've seen the whole game.
Yeah, actually, I would like to see more emotes.
That's a
if I'm
little
being honest.
that's embarrassing. The laughing one always makes me really mad if someone laughs at me.
Yep.
But I mean, part of the game, right? Unsportsmanlike conduct. Are we going to yellow flag Leaky for that?
No, I don't think so. The yellow card for Leaky, using an unapproved emote. Actually, that is an approved emote. Pinging the map for the teammate to just decide where they're going to go next. They're almost on top of another. Look at these groups coming together.
Not a ton of movement as far as the board. We're only down to 38 out of 41. Started with 82 down to 75 players now. Storm 1 isn't even fully closed yet.
There's a handful of schools who did not start this map. I think 5 that did not start. Oh, yeah, bounce it. Let's go.
Tox is just going for a drive, to clear their head. Taking out bushes on the way. It's a smart idea. We saw a lot of bush tactics in the last few games.
Bush League, if you will.
Yeah, bush.
Okay, Radford University.
Radford got out pretty quick last time,
Yeah.
I believe. Omar wasn't quite able to get away from the thirstiness.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to see them place a little bit higher. I don't believe they're in top 10, but they were showing up. They've showed up in the last few games, and we did see them relatively high in our previous series in the build. Is it split 1?
It is. I've got bad news for the Timmy on the Sticks
No.
and Big Boogie.
Don't
They
say
did not start.
Oh,
Did not get any points in this one.
Tim just accepted it.
The Murtex and Top One did get a point. Ruler and the Boogie Woogie Man also with 2 points.
They're just doing these names to embarrass
Yeah.
us, I think.
Top Hazel Woods, they did get 2 points in the last
Ooh.
one. Yeah, I think
Was it
like,
placement points or eliminations? Because I believe it was eliminations. We've been pretty steadily seeing the most recent, or the top 10 has been. We've been seeing a lot of them, so we would have seen if that had been the case, but.
Okay. So with 35 squads remaining, 69 players remaining. Kind of in the middle of the map here, jungle territory. Radford University getting fairly close to some other folks, but they're on storm edge here.
Not able to make those shots connect down over to M. Dill. Haven't seen them place or get put in top 10 yet either, even though we did see a second place from M. Dill not long ago.
We've seen a precipitous drop, maybe over-aggression. I said it again, lose and Sporty Jams sitting 24th place with 16 points now. 5 maps, only 2 eliminations. That surprises me. There's some pretty good teams low with higher numbers of eliminations. We see Ants World and E7 from Southern Miss at 27. We see Blake and Sigma at 7 eliminations. Sitting in 16th place TikTok Just Colby's and Kintai, which we've seen kind of in the end game a few times with 16 eliminations. They're pretty sweaty. Starboy and Little Boy, 10 eliminations.
Oh, wow.
Uguay, Somatic Space, willing to mix it up. In 12th, our Kaiser folks, Lance and Slays at 18. A lot of eliminations for them. They're just not making it to the big end game. But Nash and Tayo from St. Clair, 22 eliminations. They're probably, actually they are. They're third overall in total eliminations today.
They are fierce.
Fierce.
Definitely want to stay away from them.
But they're spending a lot of time. And look at that, right there. I just mentioned them. Uguay, Akron.
Uguay may have knocked themselves. I saw
Yeah.
in the feed. It was Uguay and then I don't know what you call it. Not a...
The teammate?
No, sorry. Just the image
fall
in between them. Yeah. It looked like it may have been fall damage.
Yeah. Hey, Devs, since we know you're watching
Icon.
Devs.
Why couldn't I
Yep.
couldn't remember the word icon.
Currently being chased by a velociraptor.
Well, I love this cam.
When I was growing up, that happened all the time.
Yeah, I bet.
And what they
Chase you
get
home from
wrong in
school.
this game, what they get wrong in this game is when we get chased by velociraptors. When I was growing up, a lot of them smoked, so they didn't have a lot of like cardiovascular
Capacity,
fitness.
yeah.
They could go fast over short distance, but if
was
you
like
ran more
sprinting.
than a mile, they would
So
gas
were you
out.
were you there when the meteor hit, or I guess what was going on there?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice.
It was a Tuesday.
Oh, really?
A lot of people don't
Not
know that.
Not a good day to have a meteor strike the Earth.
No. All right, back into it.
Ooh, haven't seen a lot of Owen and Ho-Ho. We saw them, I think, game 1 or 2.
Owen and Ho-Ho have 2 eliminations and 2 points, but have not finished in the top 17 thus
wow.
far. Stats.
I just see KU. I saw Kaiser again, Exotics and Lance. Ooh, feud.
Oh, Akron not looking so good. Duxie trying to get in there. Oh,
yeah, there goes Kaiser putting the pressure on him.
Busso, we love you, but gotta leave you. Looks like they thirsted him pretty quick. Snap doing the best tree hide. Nice
Incredible.
work. Nice work. Back out.
It seems that that Kaiser is going a little bit harder in this one. They're chasing right now, it seems. But there is another duo in here that they do not know of.
That is scary. Maybe we'll get a bush Wookiee. Okay. St. Bonaventure still on the board right now. I know that the fans would love to see the Bonnies doing pretty well.
I'm rooting for him, honestly.
I know you are. Darkfire. We've called Darkfire's name from Red Wolf Nation a number of times. Low Miller, the teammate. Both full health, full shield. Strong skin choice.
It's quiet, a little too quiet.
A little too quiet.
See, there it is again. We see matching skins. And I've been thinking about this, and I know we mentioned before the idea of, doing the same, maybe the same universe or the same vibe. But what I've come to realize about matching skins is they can't see gamer tags. Enemies can't see gamer tags, so they don't know which is which.
Yep.
So if you break shield on someone and you're chasing after them and you see the same skin, you think, oh, this is the person. They've got shield broken, I can kill him. But it's actually the other teammate. So you can kind of cause some confusion there. I think that is the main reason why a lot of them match skins instead of doing...
what you're seeing here is Red Wolf Nation, which is appropriate skins here, are stalking their prey right now. Cloudy Troy and Leaky from Southern Miss.
Are you doing Attenborough?
Yes, Attenborough. And they will wait as long as they need to for an opportunity for a meal. And I'm done.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, we're over to Sin and Sport.
Hey, it's Sin and
Finally,
Sport.
we'd love to see him.
Yep. This will make the chat happy. They want to see them just popping off.
I'll tell you what, if Sport and Sin can make it to top 3 in this game, if they make it to top 3, I'll change my gamer tag.
Oh, what? What?
And I'll change it to whatever chat says the most.
Don't do it, because that's all I could do. Guarantee that something will go weird. Somebody will DC.
Well, how about this? We'll make it. It can't be inappropriate.
Oh, okay.
But I'll let the chat decide what it is.
Oh, Spork and Sin moving in
whatever
on
said the
Radford
most
University.
Some more poaching.
Omar the Legend, poaching, more poaching. You're basically just giving yourself some
Oh, I do see
mid-meat.
Sport and Sin are trying to make something come of this.
Oh, taking
Art.
fire.
Looks like Logan is a sliver, was just barely able to make it out of there. And down he goes, over with Leaky.
Oh, Bush Wookie.
Oh, he's able to get a knock on Troy and a quick thirst. Now it's just a 1v1 between Leaky and Omar. I think he's gonna, is he gonna try to go for him? Oh, he's in the air too long. Ooh, just picking up that card. That was a very close. So now we've got.
Oh, and,
no.
Yeah, are you happy you poached now? How do you feel about that now?
Oh no. There's Sin.
What?
Ah! And Omar goes down. That's Radford down and out. You hate to see it.
Yep.
But some good eliminations for Sin.
Yeah.
Moving up.
Sin appears to be alone. We got Super 99 atop Hazel Woods, which have a couple of points in this match from Huntingdon College.
Huntingdon. I think it's just you're bound to say it like that. You're like, I don't feel like there's a natural way to say Huntingdon.
There's your Kaiser, folks, right there.
Kaiser chasing after Sin,
There.
but Sin's got the blade.
Yep.
Sin knows what they're doing. They're able to navigate the map.
Sin's
with
alone.
ease.
Sin's alone.
Sin is alone. Does Sin have a teammate?
Spork.
But is Sporked out? Did we
I-
see a knock on Sporked or a third? Sporked is out.
He is
Sporked
totally
is
out.
knocked and thirsted. Wow. Kaiser being
I don't know if
aggressive.
we saw it. Was it carrying the reboot card?
I think so.
Okay. Top Hazel Woods.
It's Super 99.
Yeah. That would be your Huntingdon College group.
Huntingdon.
Huntingdon going against Kaiser University. Huntingdon in Alabama.
Are they going to try
Kaiser
to
in
take this
Sarasota,
fight?
Florida.
Do they know that they're up there? Kaiser certainly knows.
Yep.
A quick shield break on top.
Yeah. Looking for an angle. I think that they may have some visibility on somebody to their immediate right, which is why they built it the way they built it. So
I
they
think
didn't get
so,
third-partied. But we don't see it on our overhead. But that's some good play. You may get what you want here with 21 teams left. A good Kaiser finish. What?
I think I just saw Sin take out a duo
I think
on
you're
their
right.
own.
I think you're
that
right.
was. I saw a knock and 2 thirsts. That is crazy. Sin can obviously hold their own here. Maybe Sin knows that they can change my gamer. They have the power to change my gamer tag.
Oh dear.
So that's why they're pushing so hard. Like I said, we'll let Twitch chat decide.
There's Sin right there.
Oh, popping the res off.
Another one.
I think so. I think we may see.
Oh, well, somebody just came up and tried to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and eliminated him.
No way.
Okay, we hear the.
Oh,
the
he's definitely
charge
gonna
up.
get it off for sure.
Okay, the team's still in it. We see Leaky. I think we saw
That was
Lose and
Radford, I
Sporty.
believe.
You have the Radford group. We saw Wayne State. We saw Pittsburgh. We see Long Beach in there, believe it or not. Iona is about to be full strength
Uh-oh.
with
Kaiser.
Spork and Sin.
Kaiser trying to make.
Oh, no. Third-partied.
Now this might be good. This is taking a little bit of the pressure off of Sin and Spork because they're trying to make it into Storm. Spork just got rebooted, but Kaiser's kind of trying to fight 2 battles right here.
Yep, they're wedged in the middle. They really ought to probably look for a way around. Looks like they're already going to start to move back up to their ice wall. Those are permanent?
I believe that they disappear after a certain amount of time, but they are infinite. So, and I think you can only make a maximum of 2 or 3. So they'll disappear if you make more than that.
There's some juice over there, some slap juice. Oh, excuse me. That'd be just
So that's like
regular. It's not slap. It's
we call it a slurp tank or
regular old slurp keg.
yeah, keg. There you go.
Okay, Darkfire and Low Mill are still in this. For those of you who are here for Red Wolf Nation, Tree Falls in the woods. Does anybody hear it?
Yeah, you definitely heard it.
I heard it.
Kaiser definitely. I think Lance may have taken some damage from it. Actually.
Maybe so. Oh, they're going to
Radford.
drop on this bush with. Oh,
Oh, I don't think
went
they
over
know
the
he's
top.
there. Leaky's
But
doing
they
their
know.
best.
But
Do
they know that there's somebody in that.
I think so.
bush.
I think they might. Up to Tayo and Nash with no eliminations so far, which is interesting considering we're almost to top 20. Oh, they're putting every bullet they've got into that bush.
That was a very Ant-Man inspired outfit.
I think so.
Okay.
Kaiser's still holding on. They know he's in the bush. At this rate, we know he's in the bush. But can Radford get out of there?
And actually get some damage on them.
I think so.
Shield drops a little.
Now, Nash and Tayo have got good visibility up there at the top of the hill, just putting pressure on everybody from where they are.
St. Clair, that'd be Tayo.
St. Clair.
Starting to come together here. This is
Ooh,
what?
this might not be. Oh no, oh no, that is not good. That ice wall pushed him a little bit too close. Sharing is caring. You love to see it.
Well, and as we get ready to, I mean, we're as in Storm 6 here, the next move is going to be an oblique move. It's not going to shrink directly into an existing square. It's going to actually move very
Sporadically.
well. It's going to move across and over. So there are very few that are safe in both locations. In fact, it doesn't look like only a couple are going to be safe in both locations. So the teams that are going to have to make the bigger move, it's going to be much more difficult.
Ooh, quick engagement, knock on Darkfire, and Miller goes down, and they are out of here. KU Lance taking another 2 kills. That is 5 total for them. They did get points though.
Pouring one out for Red Wolf Nation right now.
Red Wolf Nation got 16th, I believe, 15th or 16th. So they definitely got a few points, and I think they had a few eliminations as well. Oh no! Oh! A knock on Kaiser, and they're launching over.
Oh, here they come!
And Sin.
Oh, bye-bye.
They are not letting.
Well, I got eliminated in that push. Wow!
I'll tell you who I haven't seen though.
I haven't seen them either. Let's
we haven't. I have not seen their name tags anywhere.
Sin and Spork are in it. I'll check the master list. I'll be the stat man. Juno and Statics have not been there. Bluzo and Patty have not been there. Those are the other ones we expect to see at the top.
So let's say that they're out. What is it going to take for 3rd and 4th place to move up far enough? Because
I can confirm Statics and Juno are both out.
They're out.
Bluzo and Patty are both out.
gosh.
So this is exactly what Iona needed to be able to jump over Cal State Long Beach. If they can muster a win here in the final 10 schools, if they can muster the win.
I also think Ferris State might be out as well. Haven't seen them in a bit either.
Efforting.
We do have Twigsy and Undreamt still in the game. Doing well to hold on. A lot of ice walls going up. This is going to be an ice wall finish, I think. Going up against P7 and Antsworld. Antsworld gets knocked of their own free will.
How?
They fell off a ledge, it seemed.
Yep, I've done that.
But do they know? Do they know where Antsworld is?
It hasn't happened yet, but with a big finish here, if Sin and Spork can finish this in 5th place or higher, they will jump over Blues Row and Patty Mahomes to take over 2nd place.
Oh, wow. And it looks like Leaky, ooh, they know Leaky's in there. This is not good for them. Taking a med kit while they have the opportunity to. Got some people moving in above them. Sporty and Lose. Oh my gosh, it is getting
Nash is the bait
in here. Nash taking some fire.
Tayo maybe
from Undreamt to
jump up
Twigsy.
behind him and does. Oh no!
No!
Behind here.
We haven't seen. There's another team in there that we haven't seen either. Further to the left.
Sporty and
Lose might be down. I think
from
Lose
Wayne
might be
State.
down.
Okay. So Wayne State's still in the mix here. 7 teams to go, 12 players.
Sin moving in. Sin takes one down.
And Tayo and
Tayo's
St.
about to
Clair
go
is
out.
going to be done here in just a second if they can get this land on it. Spork.
Oh, Tayo is at a sliver of health, but was able to get out. I think. I don't think.
Spork and Sin both really, really low. If they get pushed here, this could be a problem.
It's true.
Got some slap juice. Could use
Right
it.
next to Twigsy and Undreamt. It's getting so close together.
Ice Wall, definitely the meta here.
Ice Wall's going up and going down, left and right. Oh, we might get a
Wow.
knock on Spork. Spork and Sin together.
That's what
Thank
you
goodness
need.
they're back.
Team up. You can heal up. You can.
Oh, we might
Focus
see.
fire.
Ooh. Tayo is on their own, and so is Leaky, as we saw Radford go down pretty early.
Oh, you gotta get. You
Logan.
gotta get. Oh, just barely.
Oh, 9.
St. Clair
It
could
might
be out
be
here.
a 5 to an 8 tick at this rate. Tayo with less than 20 health right now.
Yeah, Tayo's only opponent is the blue wall behind him. Twigsy and Undreamt, both from Pit.
Ooh, a knock on Spork. Spork goes down.
Wow.
And I think that's Sin. They are out of here. They were
They
top
are.
4.
They're
They
top
got
4.
Top 4.
So they're gonna jump into second place overall. I'm sure they wanted the win, which means we're gonna have somebody take this win who hasn't before. Oh, quick thirst
Oh, no.
on just Colby's.
Oh, and Undreamt goes down. Twigsy is out by Leaky, it looked like.
2 teams remain, 2 players, 1v1. Who's it gonna be?
Radford hanging on for dear life here. I'm impressed. Logan went down probably top 20, and Radford has been hanging on. Leaky Squash might be able to get a win out of this.
I think it's entirely possible.
Nitai, we haven't seen a ton of either, but Nitai is definitely trying to move to intercept. Oh, a shield break on Nitai, and he's moving up. He's using the ice wall, get high ground. Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, and it goes to Radford
Wow.
with the win. Incredible 10 eliminations.
That's actually Southern Miss.
Southern Miss. My
Southern
bad.
Miss, Leaky Squash, and
Leaky
Barton
Squash.
College takes that second place. They haven't been this high at all.
Incredible.
Made it to 4th, Sin and Spork, although there had to be, reses, there had to be all sorts of just really, really creative play. But I think the shocker in this is we saw 2 of the top teams go down really early. We'll have to look and see how early in just a
We
second.
didn't even see them go down.
No. It was so off camera. But it's still, I mean, honestly, they could go down first. Nevada could go down first in both of these. They won't. They're aiming for 200 points. They
Yeah.
want 200 points. They want to try to get this. But it was nice to see some other schools really get up there. And St. Clair getting stronger and stronger and stronger throughout the day.
We also saw Kaiser
Yeah.
placing. I think it was.
Oh,
even,
it was Kaiser in there? I think you mentioned them.
I think I mentioned him a time or
All
two.
right, all right.
I might be a little fan of Kaiser, but it just we didn't see them hardly at all in the first game, and then they kind of surprised everybody and just I don't know. I'm rooting for him at least, but yeah, seeing Blues Row and Patty, and then we had Juno and Statics go down very early. It was a completely different game. You know, we had these
Yeah.
other teams. It was awesome to see them compete against each other going into Game 6. I'm excited to see where this board goes.
Starting to close this thing out. If you're joining us, this is the NACE Star League Collegiate Series featuring Fortnite, because we got to say that by contract now. And it's split 2 championships. The winner of this going to win much, just exclamation point prizes. You'll see what's going on there. But we'll get a quick look at the board. We'll double check these numbers. I mean, honestly, if they say they're right, they must be right. But I had in my quick maths that Sin and Sporks jumped over Bluzo and Patty in this last one. That is the race that I'm really excited to see. But unbelievably, in 4th place, still Ferris State climbing up. Nash and
Tayo moving.
Tayo, yeah, from St. Clair.
Incredible.
Big, strong finishes, lots of eliminations, putting us in a position where we can get that, I think, notably in 7th place, Darkfire. We did see in second, second place? No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think Barton College. They're not in the top 10 here, but they did get second place. What a great finish for them.
Definitely.
That can be 22 points for them in the to take with them and climb those charts big time. Darkfire and Low Miller, as we talked from Red Wolf Nation. Very, very cool. Okay, as we get ready to go. An early elimination by any of the top 3. 2 through 4 could mean a major shakeup
Yeah.
in the overall standings.
I think right now with Statics and Juno rocking the top, close to 150. What's this?
Just in. If everybody just lines up in front of the second place team and lets them mow them down and they win,
Yeah.
Starting with Nevada, Nevada still wins. Mathematically, they can't be caught.
I think
Thank
they're chilling this game. They're just going to have a good time, maybe make it as high as they can, but they know that they've secured the win at this point. But like you said, I think the race that we're excited to see is going to be 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
as those, they're only a few points apart. So the stray elimination here and there could mean the difference between who places top 3 and who doesn't.
Well, and this one's for pride for everybody else in this lineup. It's like, can we finish above who we got to finish up? Or is there a score we can go settle right now?
Exactly.
It's like, where do you want to drop? I don't care. They always drop here. We're going after
Taking
them.
them out. Yeah, it's the vendetta match.
Vendetta round, right? You come up with a theme for every round. This is the vendetta. This is Denzel Washington, Equalizer 8.
Yes.
Going into the nursing home and finishing off as Nurse Greta. All right, we're going to get into this. This will be very, very cool.
Now, I'd love to see some more endgame around this fall area. We don't see a lot of looting going on at Eclipse. Like I said, it's the place that I drop. I like to get the sword. You can also get the Midas drum gun. Haven't seen anyone carrying a drum gun. These players just know better than me. They know what weapons are better. They know what works. To go to 2 other teams that are very good. I love seeing these replays. We're jumping back to RU Radford. Oh, I remember this quick engagement. Was able to take out Cloudy. Love to see it.
Doesn't look like only a couple are going to be safe in both locations. So the teams that are going to have to make the bigger move, it's going to be much more difficult.
Ooh, quick engagement. Knock on dark fire, and the other goes down, and they are out of the left.
Sporty and
Luz might be down. I think
from
Luz
Wayne
might be
State.
down.
Okay. So Wayne State's still in the mix here. 7 teams to go, 12 players.
Sin moving in. Sin takes one down.
And Tayo and
Tayo's
St.
about to
Clair
go out.
is going to be done here in just a second if they can get this landed.
Less than 20 health right now.
Yeah, Tayo's only opponent is the blue wall behind him. Twigsy and Undreamt both in the pit.
Ooh, a knock on Sport. Sport goes down.
Wow.
And I think that's Sin. They are. Nitai, we haven't seen a ton of either, but Nitai is definitely trying to move to intercept. Ooh, a shield break on Nitai. And he's moving up. He's using the ice wall. The slow-mo. I'd love to see that finish in slow-mo.
Yes.
I love that it just came down to some shotgun swaps. Was it? I like that. I like that.
Absolutely shocking to be in the top 10 teams fighting this one out.
It's hard to say. I mean, I'm a big fan, as I mentioned before, of Kaiser. We've seen some really strong, some really some really strong plays from Ferris State as they have been able to work their way up. I don't think they were in the top 10 game 1 or game 2. They really started to climb their way out in the most recent games. But yeah, it's cool to see. Even, I mean, if you look at the scoreboards, as we have like teams like Leaky and Cloudy Troy that won the last game, but still it didn't do enough for them as they're hanging around 9th. So even a secured win doesn't always mean that you could win every game, but place or get lower eliminations, basically, as we've seen from Statics and Juneau. I mean, two wins under your belt's not that bad, but 64 eliminations combined is not something you can beat. It's just, they've secured the win already.
Throw out that after finishing 31st place and out of the points completed with no elimination, sensation and zone from Ferris State, that this may be the most unbelievable climb. So 4th place, they might be on the podium.
They might be. I would love to see that.
31st in the first game. Ferris State, we may have dissed you last time, but you really showed up. Okay, it's time.
Game 6. It's going to get intense. I already know it. I think so, yeah. I think I would put it, I would remove it from the chain, if you will.
All right. As we get ready for this last one, we have established it will be off the cheesy.
I would love to see some higher climbs
from Tony Joe and
Tony
not
Joe
Zero.
and not Zero. Where have they been?
I didn't mean to go into Biden there.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh. I would love to see some more from Radford. I'd like it was an early knock on Omar and Logan, but they were doing pretty well. They got a few eliminations. Haven't placed in the top 10 yet, but
Tony Joe and not Zero, both from Manchester University, Man U. Sporting some nice ones. Nitai in here. We mentioned them last time. From
second place.
Barton College.
Placed second last game.
Placed second.
A lot of people going mega. We'll see some quick fights here probably.
Bruden Parker College, BPC. Vita in there. Jedi, we recognize that name.
Jedi
That's a
Obi.
Bonnie right there.
Bonnie.
The Bonnies are dropping in. Just on the other side of the map
Black Reaper.
There. Yep, Black Reaper and Jedi Obi. The Bonnies are in the heezy.
I think we just need to remove your right to use young people slang.
All right.
I don't know if it really works for you.
It's just not hip enough.
Jive. I feel like jive is a term that kids never used, but adults thought that kids used.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time that you say stuff like that, I imagine that meme, "Hello, fellow kids," or have you seen that one?
Yeah, from an actual line from 30 Rock where Steve Buscemi was playing a
skateboard,
a cop, like a
Hello,
21 Jump Street.
Yeah, so
hello,
funny.
fellow yous. Huzzah!
When you say off the cheesy, that's what I see. I see you dressed as a.
Not Zero and Tony J, Manchester University, putting pizza on the hill. That's not a thing.
Pizza party. Hillside pizza party.
Quaint little fishing village out there in Naughty Nets.
You know what I would love to see?
What?
Tim A.
Timmy.
We need to see Tim A.
Did not start.
I did see them. I saw him in the
What?
kill feed. Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
saw Timmy in there.
In the kill feed? Yeah. Okay.
No, they got a kill.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I did see one. I just want to see Tim A make it past 20. I'd love to see it. And for those who were keeping track, Sin and Spork didn't make a top 3. So my gamer tag is safe as it is presently.
It is. It is.
And thank goodness too. I don't know if I want to review the Twitch logs to see what people were recommending, but
Well, let's find out if anybody made any suggestions. If we're not taking suggestions from Nightbot, then there don't appear to be any.
Okay, good.
Juno jumping in chat in between. Wanted to be able to change your name to Juno fan. Kanye West lover 911 actually was a suggestion.
Not bad. 911. I don't know if I see the correlation between Kanye West being a lover of Kanye West and 911.
Yeah,
but
Void Descent suggested your name could be Kanye Did Nothing Wrong. we do not endorse that name. Iona's got some fans. Very good. Some very questionable things in here. Mods had missed. It's okay. It's what makes it exciting.
keeping mods employed, right?
Keeping mods employed since 2023. Okay, Polar Official and Nerface, Clark University. Oh, the Jack Skellington skins.
We love it.
Skins equal wins. I think we can just shut the stream down now. We know who won.
We didn't see them place
Bluzo
too
alone?
high.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there he is.
Not alone. Hey,
There's Patty. Oh, but Bluzo might get knocked right here. Oh my. Oh, and Bluzo goes down.
Oh, what?
They may get a push right here. This could be a very early
Well,
out
they're up high.
for those two.
Cloud Troy and
Cloudy
Leaky.
Troy and Leaky are going.
They're gonna have to find a fast way up there. Oh, and they're out. Where'd they go?
He wasn't able to get the res on Bluesro, but I think he was just attempting to hide him, obscure him, and get away as well. Patty does not want to get out this early.
No, we've talked about that.
Are they 2 or 3 right now on the overall standing?
Well, let me check.
They may be. I think they're 2. They can't relinquish that second place.
No, as I'm looking at the numbers right now, Spork and Sin with 80 points overall, Bluesro and Patty Mahomes at 79.
Wow.
They're in third. They're dropping. 20 points, though, difference between them and our Ferris State folks. But,
That's just the second place.
yep,
20 points is the second place.
Barton College, that'd be just Colby's and Nitai.
Nitai.
Also at 59. Nash and Tile from St. Clair at 58. Twigsy and Undreamt at 58. That's the pit crew. Okay, as their ruler goes down, Blues Row as we saw.
Did it say that Patty knocked?
It did.
I'm confused by that.
I'm confused also. What could that mean?
Maybe picked him up and threw him off a cliff or something.
I missed that mechanic. I mean, I guess it's still, but I mean, find out where the teammate is.
Oh, where you could scan him.
Yeah.
I do miss that. That was pretty cool.
That was fun. We pick up some poor kid in a random game and just carry him around for a while.
When playing with friends and siblings, we used to try to think of the most embarrassing, like the ways that we could embarrass the person we knocked the most.
Yeah.
And it turned into picking up gas cans.
Yes.
And pouring gas all over them, just like as a, to embarrass them.
I used to like to build a massive ramp, run them up it, and throw them off.
I like it.
That's not trolling.
No.
That's not trolling. That is a game mechanic.
So does Patty have the reboot card? Because we could see Patty pretty much hiding until endgame. I mean, it's only 24 left. We started with 37, so a little bit of a departure from last time. Timmy goes down. I saw in the chat. Timmy is out of here. Juno goes down. Statics is out.
What?
Juno and Statics are out of the game with 23 squads left by Kaiser. Kaiser has. They have a vendetta. I know Kaiser was definitely going for them.
Unreal.
That is crazy.
Now, No one's catching them.
No.
They, with 145 points at the at this moment, they're there. But you talk about Bluzo and Patty, they need eliminations.
Yeah, they do. They need to
get
place high, and
eliminations.
they need eliminations to hold on to the spot that they've got. But I mean, with Sport and Sin moving up,
It is really loud next to this waterfall.
I think my theory is that Kaiser did it on purpose.
What?
I think Kaiser was hunting down Statics and Juno, even though they knew that they probably weren't going to win. They had to take him out of the game.
Man, what else did Kaiser do?
Kaiser
There's a fight.
also. Oh,
Exotics is down.
Sermius goes down.
Lance.
Oh no! KU's out. Kaiser is out of the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, use your caster curse emote. He did it. He cursed him.
I did it. I'm sorry. I said their name too much, didn't I? I put too much pressure on
A
them.
little bit.
They're still the winners in my book.
Okay. Well, they're just kind of hanging out there.
Ceramus. Trying to remember what school they are.
I wish we had somebody who could.
Yeah,
search
if there
real
was
quick
only
and tell
someone
us.
next to me who was very handsome and had a laptop in front of him.
Oh, I don't have that. That's West Virginia Wesley.
West Virginia Wesley, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed that they were able to get that.
Yeah.
Kaiser has been very very thirsty in the last few games, but they weren't thirsty enough.
Okay, Top Hazelwood, Super 99 from Huntington College up there at the top. They're the ones who took out our eventual winners in Juno and Statics.
Really? Wow. Are they placed top 10 right now? I'm not sure.
They are not.
Okay.
Oh, no. No.
Well, still impressed nonetheless.
They're down the list a fair amount further.
Making a name for themselves, though.
They are. I think interesting folks to watch here. We're very interested in Twigsy and Undreamt, in Nash and Tile from St. Clair, from Just Colby's and Nitai, in Zone and Sensation.
Ooh, Fair
State.
I'd love to see them move up.
I just gave you 7, 6, 5, and 4 in the standings.
And then we've got Sport and
yeah,
Sin
it's just a battle.
and Patty.
It's a battle for the silver medal right now.
I hope at this point that Patty has been able to res Blues Row if they have any hope of hanging on to the top 3, because it's gonna move pretty quickly.
Top eliminations this round thus far: Armor and Eaton.
Really?
Yeah, from Texas A&M with 6 eliminations. K1 and Stanciu with 4 eliminations from St. Clair. Uguay and Somatic from Bushnell with 2, and then Sin and Spork with 2. So they're doing what they need to do to stay on top.
Speaking of Somatic and Uguay, they're going
Blues Row and
after.
Patty with none.
Wow. Haven't had a lot of opportunity. Been carrying a reboot card for a lot.
Yeah. Storm tending to move northwest at this point. A couple of good resorts up there. See where we finish.
Looks like Super is not that close to their teammate. Oh, riveting gameplay from Leaky and Cloudy Troy.
Southern Miss
Southern Miss
doing their best last week.
Fair State.
Okay. I think they're going to make a move. Try to get over to some of the actual structure in Brutal Bastion. Top Hazel Woods moving up there from Huntington College.
Still not close to each other. It could be. It's pretty risky to be top of hill and bottom of this ravine. Okay, they're getting close to each other again. Island is now in, it seems.
Everybody wants to see Eclipse Estate, but it doesn't look like it's going to be on our map. We're already starting to move away from Eclipsed.
I did mention it briefly a moment ago, but losing Sporty, staying out of trouble.
Wayne State.
Looking at what's going on. 19 left. We're pretty close to start getting some placement points, but no elimination shared between the two of them. 36 players left as we go into Storm 4.
Ooh, just eliminated in 20th place, somewhere out of our field of view, was Armor and Eaton.
No.
Texas A&M is out. Bluzo and Patty, as we know, from Nevada, out.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh, that might.
Sorry, from Cal State.
Cal State.
Yep.
Loser on Patty. They may have relinquished. I don't know if they're going to be in third anymore.
Nope. I don't even know why you're still here. Kaiser has been eliminated.
Yep.
Juneau and Statics were 24th.
Fair State's still part of it. That's what.
Yep.
That's who I think they could, depending on the deficit, they could move up quite a lot.
Sin and Spork have secured their second place spot. Bomb. Da bomb. Was that part of my did I violate the
Dow bomb?
Dow
no, I
bomb?
think you were just
Okay.
you were just reading it. So
doing a little recon. The Wayland University duo. Uruguay.
they are on the hunt right now. I can tell.
Somatic, yeah. Bushnell University, strong skin presence in this game here. 19 teams left.
So he's got two forms of mobility there. Got the shockwave launcher, which
They-
we saw last game.
They listen to your keys.
It is a good strategy. I'm trying to remember who was using it before, who was pushing people out of the storm, but
All right. We are just 35 eliminations, possibly 36, away from finishing this Split 2 championship. As we come close to the end here, I have a secret to tell you. It's not really a secret.
Oh.
I'm going to hit some reads. Huge thanks to Truth, to Extra Life, to Duncan, to Monster, and of course, Odyssey Elixir for supporting these collegiate gamers, student athletes. Top Hazel Woods is eliminated by Ceramus. Tayo and Nash from St. Clair. Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
knock on
Okay. Self-knock?
Tayo's down.
Hey,
It's embarrassing. We won't
little
talk
help
about
here?
it. We
Little
won't
help
talk
here?
about it too much.
Little help here. Yep. This could be a problem. Leaky and Cloudy moving in on them. Maybe not. No, they're under. They're under. I thought they were up on the ledge there. You've got Darkfire.
Bo Miller. Oh no!
What? Slime
Jumped
dead?
in just in time to see
Yep.
Slime get
Don't know
taken
how
out.
it happened, where it happened. So, who wins Somatic Space?
I believe they were the culprits
Maybe so.
of that Slime kill. I do remember seeing Slime in our builds tournament in the Split 1, making it pretty high in endgame. We saw their name quite a bit. So they must not play zero builds much.
Not very much, maybe so. Strategy definitely different, has been proven out today, unless you are Nevada.
And chat, don't take any of what I say as smack talk, because I know anybody
Here it goes.
could destroy me. The business turret.
Smack incoming. Oh, hi,
We'd
business
love to
turret.
see it. This is the footage we desire to bring you.
That's right.
He's watching that box like a hawk, you guys.
Waiting for somebody to sneak by. Thank you for laying down that business turret. Oh, Darkfire!
Darkfire.
Darkfire setting a trap. Oh, we may not get resolution on that, but oh my goodness, how
I would love to see
Yeah.
an engagement go on in there.
I bet your production is going to keep a camera on there as long as they can until they start to move. But
That would be super cool.
Another oblique move of the circle, and it's going to create some interesting moves. Folks are going to have to really get there along Storm Edge, but this is creating a scenario where we could see some combat.
We've got West Virginia and Fair State pretty close to each other. We may see a fight here.
West Virginia Wesleyan.
Wesleyan. Oh, there it
Oh, there it
goes. Oh no. And down and out they go. Ferris State picking up a few more. Now got 3
But in the
eliminations.
points, eliminated as 15th team. They'll have 3 points for that.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of up and down in the end game here.
Oh, it is.
There's a lot of cliff edges, a lot of hilltops. Ooh.
Probably going to be some environmental self-kills.
We don't mention Tayo. Tayo's embarrassed about that.
Yeah.
we don't want them to
And
feel bad.
Tayo should be embarrassed by that. Come on.
I think Lowmiller and Darkfire may still be in that. Still have their trap set.
Yeah.
But Tayo and Nash looking to get some. They don't have any kills this game yet, which is very interesting. Uncharacteristic of the two. But they may get some here. Yep, a quick pick on Ninja Pills. He goes down and is thirsted. Cloud Troy looks like they got knocked. Maybe by Super 99.
There's some races underway here.
Stuff going on below.
Ferris drops down to 5th place, only
Uh-oh.
by 1 point. Twigsy and Undreamt from Pitt with just a couple more eliminations this round.
Darkfire got knocked by the Storm. Not the end of the world, but also not a great place to be. Can they hold on to? I think Lowmiller and Darkfire are going to hold on to their top 10. They're definitely going to be in the final standing because they're
Sitting at 10 right now.
10, okay.
But
I
the
hope they can hold
closest
on to
team
it.
to them was Kaiser, and they are eliminated. They could
Kaiser
climb up to
almost
9th.
made it into top 10.
They need 3 more eliminations than Leaky and Cloudy for Darkfire and Lowmiller. That would be Red Wolf Nation.
They may run into another fight here. It seems that that Nash and Tayo aren't scared to take fights if they need to.
No.
They're not running from a lot of things. They're definitely trying to get into Storm, but we may see an engagement here from Komodo and Yahoo.
Ooh, just updated. They just moved St. Clair from 7th to 6th overall, with 62 points total. Next on the list is Pitt with Twigs and Undreamt. They can eliminate them.
Luz goes down. Sporty's
By
getting
Leaky.
out of there. Luz is down and out.
Wayne State, strong finish again. There's Sin.
Sin
There's
and Sport. We'd love to see him. Nerfus and Polar. Polar dropping 4 kills this game so
What?
far. Oh, firing some bombs in there. This is not good for Yahoo and Komodo. They're in the middle of all of these teams fighting each other.
Off the top of your head, what's the damage requirement to take down part of that ice wall?
Oh my gosh, it's too much.
Too much? Oh,
takes
Komodo
too
goes
long.
down in the air. Yahoo not able to get to him. Lowmiller
And
just on the
Darkfire.
bush on the other side there.
Somatic and Uguay hanging on to the edge. They're gonna have to start moving. That storm is a little bit further away.
Yeah, Darkfire and Lowmiller are actually
Ooh.
in a really nice spot to be
Looked
able
like
to move it.
Sin went down, but Sin was able to get Nash. And Sin is out. I haven't seen Sporks. Ooh, a knock on Twigsy. Are they going to be able to get Undreamt? Or is Undreamt going to get out of there? We got Ferris State working around the edge as well. Darkfire and Lowmiller doing well to stay in this.
Red Wolf Nation
They are not
working that-
relenting.
working that hide and shoot strategy.
There's Sporked. Sporked is still in this. Sporked will place top 3.
Absolutely.
They're doing their best to place top 3, but not a lot of health, not a lot of shield. It may be a quick out for them if they get into a fight here.
Nash and Tayo need to start picking up some eliminations. They're 2 points away from Twigsy if they want to finish in the top 5.
No way.
Oh, no way!
Oh no!
No, that was 100% the right play. What?
Didn't get enough damage off, and I
Nope.
think it was just Spork didn't have enough health to take the fight. Thought that they could get the drop, but it wasn't enough, and they are officially out of this.
Minnesota takes home the trophy of knocking Iona out.
Ooh, Komodo goes down quick,
Getting in the car.
and a thirst. It's a
like
smart tactic.
It's like an overshield.
Basically, it's a good place to hide Ferris State. Ooh,
Oh!
taking out Lowmiller. Lowmiller's out of this. Oh no. Man, Ferris
This is Ferris.
incredible. Who's left? Who's
Could-
left? They're looking for him.
Could Ferris win this?
It's just Nerfus and Polar.
It's Clark v. Ferris.
Clark v. Ferris. Oh my gosh. Ferris again in the top 2.
A win would be phenomenal for Ferris State.
Ferris State may get to third.
After finishing first.
Oh, here comes the push. Oh, and it's a knock on Nerfus. And some quick bullets to finish the job. And Polar goes down, and it
There
goes
it is!
to Ferris State Game 6.
Unreal.
I'm so excited to see the placement after this. I'm so stoked to see where Ferris State got to.
It is, so doing the math, with the 25 points for the win, they undoubtedly jump over our third place team, which was Cal State Long Beach.
Patty.
Yep.
And Blues Row.
Yep, Blues Row. Iona in second place, Nevada in first place. That was outstanding.
Incredible. Like we said, it was fun to watch Statics and Juno. They're obviously great players, and they secured the win early on. But the fun part was who was going to get second, third. And to watch Ferris State claw their way from where they were after game 1 and 2 up to second place is unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're the winners in my book for sure.
That was a great story to be able to tell. And so as we put like a bow on this NACE Star League Collegiate Series featuring Fortnite, Spring Split, Split 2. I had it.
Split 2
I had it. Can we take
championship.
2? Can we take 2 right there? My goodness. Split 2 championship. It's written on a board right here, everybody. We won't show you, but just trust us. That as we put a bow on it, we saw the teams that we expected to dominate be in the big finish almost every time. That would be Nevada, that would be Iona, that would be Cal State Long Beach. But who, if you take those Wheel of Fortune style and set those obvious picks aside, who impressed you today?
Oh my gosh, Kaiser coming out of the woodwork. I talked about them a lot, but
Did you?
They surprised me because I didn't see them hardly at all in game 1, and then they just started getting good eliminations, placing really high. Nash and Tayo, obviously also great players, getting good eliminations throughout. I was constantly just impressed by them on the fights that they were taking and the fights that they weren't. But man, Ferris State was just incredible. We saw some good plays from Radford University. I saw some good plays from GCU, Grand Canyon. Love to see it. Trying to represent everybody, I guess, as I kind of put the bow on it. It was just a great, these are always super fun to watch. You got great players playing great games and doing a great job. And it's always a fun time. And definitely blessed to be able to call it.
Yeah. Let's take a look one more time at the top 10 standings. Statics and Juno with 145 points, unreachable. With a great performance in this last game, they elevate themselves. Sin and Spork from Iona with 97 points into that second position. Jumping over, as mentioned, with 90 points with that big win at the end. They ended up with 2 wins on the day. Ferris, as I mentioned, there's a riot on the Ferris State campus right now. They're flipping over golf carts. They're pushing over recycle bins. I mean, not all the way. They don't want to spill it out. But I mean, they just want to lay them on their side a little bit. And Blues are on Patty from Long Beach, 79 points. Another great finish. We saw that Twigsy and Undreamt duo from Pitt perform really well all day. In 6th position from St. Clair, Nash and Tayo. It's so weird with this font, but forgive me. Polar and Nerfus, who you loved from Clark University. Darkfire and Low Miller from, Red Wolf Nation.
Red Wolf.
Whoop. Sorry. We'll stop. Leaky, Cloudy, both from Southern Miss. And just Colby's and Kentai, Barton College. Both phenomenal. Well, all of them phenomenal finishes. Sorry to see Timmy.
No,
but
Timmy
got an elimination.
Yeah, that's all I saw him. We saw him in the kill feed.
Yep.
more often on the bad side of the kill feed than the good side, but hey,
Okay.
it is what it is. It was cool to see also Darkfire, Lowmiller. They only got 5 eliminations total, but all of their points to put them into top 10, into 8th place, was
Yeah.
all placement points.
Yeah.
They were just hanging on as long as they could. They took a page right out of the previous Ferris State before
Yep.
Ferris State became some animals and decided to,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
dethrone a lot of people.
Whoa, Ferris State, you came on strong. It was a great one. I am excited for the spring to see these start to come together and see a lot of these top teams. I'll be very interested to know and get a chance to, we should get a chance to chat with some of these folks to see what other tournaments they're playing, how well they're placing against some of these pros and semi-pros, where they're in the money. And maybe, Nace, just throwing this out there, you ought to throw together one of these live events sometime and bring all these Fortnite sweaties together
Maybe.
in the same room. Actually, that might be against health
We're gonna
code.
have to turn up the air conditioning.
A
for
little
sure.
bit, a little bit. So thank you so much. Thanks to everybody who made this possible. Truth, Extra Life, Duncan, Monster, and Odyssey Elixir for making this possible. And we'll see ya. That's Cosmic. I'm Doc, and we'll see you next time.
The edge of Brutal Bastion, and we're over to Eclipsed. Ooh, a quick. This is going to be a quick engagement. Blues Row going for Cloudy Troy.
Oh no, Cloudy Troy.
We saw Cloudy place pretty high.
Oh, Blues Row super low, Leaky. Patty coming in. Oh, Leaky goes down. Looked like Leaky was up.
Oh, and down goes Cloudy. Zone was down.
Armor and Eden have not been visible for a little bit. Nerfus and Polar from Clark University.
I think Juno is alone again. Juno's under the bridge, and no sign of statics anywhere. Oh, a knock through the car.
Wow.
Incredible. And a third, just getting him out. Nitai, we haven't seen a ton of either, but Nitai is definitely trying to move to intercept. Oh, a shield break on Nitai, and he's moving up. He's using the ice wall, get high ground. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. And it goes to Rad with the win. just some shopping with Abby Lane.
Chat really identifying with Ferris State right now.
This is going to be a quick takeout.
Bye-bye.
E7 goes down. Ant's World is about to take it. There it is.
I believe it's gonna move across and over, so there are very few that are safe in both locations. In fact, it doesn't look like only a couple are going to be safe in both locations. So the teams that are going to have to make the bigger move, it's going to be much more difficult.
Ooh, quick engagement, knock on Darkfire, and goes down, and they are out of here.
Breathe in and know that vaping nicotine can actually increase feelings of stress.
Yet some vape companies get rich turning into stress-free work.
So let's call it what it is. It's a breath of stress air.